Welcome back to the Field of Flies. It's been quite some time. There's been classes and work and all sorts of crazy things keeping us busy, but we're still here. I'll bring us back to the remains of the battle we just fought. As a refresher, the last mission, the last session, ended very quickly. It was very hectic time in our lives, and we were also very busy outside of the game. So, last time, an expedition headed by Jorl with Omen was sent out in search of what seemed to be a a black sun campsite just outside of the city. Upon arrival, you found some questionable individuals tending the camp. They seemed more like wild men than scientists or scholars. However, as soon as Farron popped her head into the camp, they decided to fire an arrow at her, and from that moment, it became a battle. In the middle of the battle, hitmen hired by Genus arrived from the other side of the camp. They provided a light distraction for the leader, who stepped out of a tent bearing a white birch tree embroidering. She utterly destroyed at least 5 of them. Yep, the 5 over here. Their heads exploded as she played her fiddle, and then she teleported from there into the party, and thus began a melee between the lot of you, which unfortunately ended in the destruction of Itered's body.
Yep.
Itered is technically dead.
All right.
But as we all know, not permanently dead.
Only mostly dead.
Mostly dead.
I have one question.
Yes.
Am I gonna need to recast all of my spells?
Itered? No, because
No.
as long as her soul is still present, and it's still in the tree.
Okay.
If she wants to cast spells, she can't gesture now because she's a tree. But
Yeah.
you don't need to recast all the spells.
Oh, thank God. Whew. Okay. And the last player said she's coming. She woke up early, but she forgot the game was happening.
But we talked about it last night. She actually asked us. Anyways, we can edit that out. I didn't mean to sound mean. Anyway,
All right.
in the final moments of the fight, everybody seemed to take a considerable amount of damage. Jorl even going so far as to fall unconscious as the sound of this woman's fiddle rattled in your brains, causing eardrums to bleed and bodies to go numb. Itered's entire head seemed to shake for a moment as it struck her, and then she crumpled to the ground. And as Jorl fell unconscious, as he slumped over, a pool of blood sort of bloomed forward out of his cloak, and not his own blood, very apparently, as it soon formed protectively over his body into the shape of a woman surrounded in blades, which for the first few seconds looked very sinister and very dangerous, ready for combat, but looking around and then down at the deceased individual on the ground, well, at the incapacitated individual on the ground, slowly withdraws the blades.
Okay.
Chef raises his blade to strike her again.
Oh, Chef, stop.
Oh. Chef halts his blade. I walks over here.
That's fair.
Oh,
I don't technically have control of Filariel since I'm unconscious.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure
Previous...
Omen recognizes this thing, right?
Hmm?
Yes.
Hmm.
You definitely recognize Thalario. Previous commands you've given Thalario will still hold up, though.
Okay. And I think Gabriel is still conscious.
Gabriel is still conscious.
Alright.
Yeah.
She was actually out of the blast radius for the music. Or was she? No, she was still here.
No, but it's just that she had put a shield on Idarid and Jorel,
Yeah.
that did not block energy-based attacks, so they got hit pretty hard.
So I'm gonna tell Delarial, you're a bit late.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't necessarily my
Not you,
choice.
Harry.
What?
Oh, Harry thought I was talking to her. No, hi.
Hey,
Hi. And Philario says, well, it wasn't my choice to come out now. You are just a bit late. We figured we'd try to clear up the part where you were not present before you arrived.
All right.
Welcome here, though. You get to witness the tail end of this conflict.
Yep.
All right. Philario surveys the scene, looking over Farron and all of the dead bodies in the camp. Most of them, this time, assuredly dead. Those fireballs were not toys, and many of them are charred to the bone. However, there is a small scuffle still going on near the southern base of this hill. There are two men fighting with the very last of the campsite members as he frees the Maragriffos from their cage.
Oh yeah, okay. So what's your name? You need filling in, or
Me? The blood
yeah,
elemental
you.
says. No, I'm perfectly aware of what's gone on.
And well, in that case, probably get out of here.
I suppose that's the case, but I can't re-enter Jorel, the binding, until he's conscious. It
Well,
would be
I mean,
poor
does
for
it?
me to be outside if we're going back to the city.
Then let's not go back to the city. Just not here. Can you carry
Well,
him?
Yes. Yes, I can. Also, she can. It points to Gabriel.
Gabriel had been like carrying Jorel away from the fight until our enemy was rendered unconscious.
Both of you just look, and Gabriel already has Jorel and has like moved several meters away in the woods already.
Okay, great. Let's head
everything
to
okay?
the outskirts then.
Oh, what?
Looks like Joel's not doing great.
No, it looks like he's not.
He'll survive. I think he's still alive, but he's gonna need he might need a little bit of medical attention, or he might bleed out.
Everybody.
Speaking of, what happened to Gabriel? Gabriel gonna be okay?
She's
Idarid
dead.
is the one that's Idarid is on the floor, her eyes glazed over. As you're looking at her, her hair is falling out, the like leafy hair is falling out, and her eyes are sort of shriveling back into her skull. Now it looks like she's just made of wood instead of like looking like a person.
She's dead, but her tree is still alive, so hopefully that's not a permanent death.
Okay, well then pick her up and let's get out of here.
Bloody, are you talking to me again?
That's you again.
What?
Go up and let's get out of here.
Let's go. And you vacate the premise as quickly as possible. You do suspect, as you're making your way back through the trees, there isn't anyone coming to explore from this side. However, you catch like a glimpse of several people at the gate, and there are numerous guards on the walls staring towards the scene of the accident, where there is now a small fire growing on the trees, and as well, there were several very loud explosions just moments prior. So that does seem to have caught the interest of the town and the guard. Just into the woods? This way?
Sure, yeah.
Alright. The team flees into the woods, a safe distance, maybe a mile or two, but somewhere off of the road, to settle and not be in the presence of what would doubtlessly be a bustling area very soon. In the distance, just sort of casually, you hear the shriek of one of those Mergriffos, the three-headed, sort of horrifying caw, and you can cast your eye just over your shoulder as you're crossing through a clearing, and see one of them taking off into the sky with somebody on its back.
Damn, should have kept one of those. Remind me where we remind me where we left the wagon again.
The wagon was left not far off of the path because it was a little. You just got off of the road enough to let Chef out without alerting anyone, without letting anyone see him. So it's reasonably nearby. It wouldn't be hard to pick it up on your way back.
Right. Okay.
So you have the wagon. You have Idrid's tree.
Yep. Heading towards that.
Now, I believe you have to make another physical resistance, Jorl.
I do?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I think that means you're not bleeding out anymore. 1 second.
Yay!
Oh, yay! Not bleeding out. That's good because
Tough old dude.
The old man who might die any minute now anyway due to old age survives another day.
Yeah. Alright, yep. A PHR with the difficulty 120.
Oh, nice.
He
Okay.
stabilizes.
Yay! I stabilize.
He's done a really good job with that. He rolled and he lived through the explosion of sound, and now he rolled and he lived through bleeding.
Yeah, and also
Internal bleeding.
I rolled and survived the death of one of my familiars, which can
That
also
also.
kill me.
That was a series of very deadly encounters. Actually, though, I feel bad. You shouldn't have needed to roll for that because it technically didn't die. I'm sorry.
Yeah. See, anything can kill him at this point. The death of his familiar, getting punched, a slight breeze. At this point,
It's weird to think
Stuff
that
bastard.
a lumberjack could like come along and say, "Oh, look at this tree," and chop it down and accidentally kill a person too. Without the log falling on them. But anyways, we're not hoping any of that happens. This is very important to know. Once you have everything settled, you have the wagon pulled off of the road again, but further away, trying to be as in an inconspicuous area as possible compared to where you just were. You can sit down with Jorl, and with your new menagerie of unusual friends, you have Gabriel and Thalariel are the only two who are conscious with you.
So to summarize, we have Chef, the undead warrior that we stole from Old Umbrella Corp. We have the Blood Elemental, and
Who we also stole from Old Umbrella Corp.
yeah, and Gabriel, the psychic with mechanical parts, and Farron and Omen.
Also a tree, but
And
they can't really talk to you right now.
And a tree that's gonna have a spirit come out of it in a couple of days.
Is it gonna say I am Groot?
No, it can talk normally. So do you have any plans once you get here? You have this terribly battered old man. There's like blood like pouring over his chin and along the sides of his face from where the sound wave punctured his eardrums and other various internal organs, which have apparently healed to a point of stability already in 1 hour.
No.
That's weird. Omen doesn't have any medicine, so don't know what.
I don't know if even Gabriel would be able to tell that things were all right. She would still only know that he is in serious pain.
Yeah, she is able to sense the like things from his body, so she would be able to know that he's still alive, that his heart is still beating, and that he's hurting a lot, but not much more. I think Filarial, on the other hand, with the same input, would be able to infer that he's not bleeding because she's a blood
That is
elemental.
true. She would have to like get her blood up in there. However, I have just read an extension to the rule I mentioned before, which I had suspicions of, but I didn't read it as well as I should have. They are setting up camp. They lay you down or they set you up against maybe the wagon, and you are slowly regaining consciousness.
Yeah,
Joel,
I'll probably put Joel like in the wagon next to the tree,
yeah. And that
so it's like not in the elements.
Everything is pain. Your head is throbbing, but like their body from below there just feels numb and cold.
Ooh, what happened?
But
why can't I feel it, Arid? Ugh. Where am I? God. Did I drink? No.
the L'Oreal's crowned blood horns peek into the wagon, sort of sliding up, mimicking the act of somebody climbing up the side, but in truth, like moving up like a snake to sit and peer inside. No. You were attacked, and you're alive now. And you brought me out for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, so much for trying to keep you on the down low for some time.
There's still a distinct possibility of keeping me a secret.
Yes, just not from Omen.
No, from Omen. She sort of like raises a finger and a tiny knife appears at the end.
I'm gonna make her disappear now.
The blood sort of swirls into a beautiful crystalline red orb and then disappears into your chest.
I'm in negative life points. So...
You are. You are at a negative 60 all action penalty as well.
Ooh. Ooh. Wait, from being in negative life points or from the... Okay, cool. Yeah. Alright, so
it is reduced... Sorry. It is reduced by 5 points per day.
Okay. I turn to Omen and I say,
Omen will probably be outside at the moment.
Hmm?
Either keeping watch of the camp or like looking for mushrooms, I guess, because just have any medical expertise.
Give Jorl
Like,
one
yeah,
up.
some mushrooms, they'll help.
One up if you find a green one.
Face in mushrooms.
Yeah.
Put them up his nose so that they reach the bleeding part.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a month of rest after this, and I can feel Idarid's tree is still alive, so her body will regenerate within a month. I don't know exactly when, but after today, we're gonna take more precautions. Everybody gets. We're not gonna use Gabriel's shield as long as we can. avoid it. What happened? Did we get the summoner?
The last thing you remember was Farron using, I think it was Phoenix Flare or just Flare, firing a beam of fire and like utterly incinerating the summoner's fiddle, as well as blasting her in the shoulder, sort of at the side of the head, rendering her unconscious.
Was I still conscious for this?
You and her actually fell unconscious in the exact same turn, so you could have like fell and seen a vaguely like her shape stumbling as you fell to the ground.
All right. So like I turn to Gabriel, and looks like we're communicating, and then I turn back to you and I say, "The summoner is still alive." Woman?
Oh, you're saying this? Oh, okay. I thought you were saying this to Gabriel. There are the guards. Either dead or the guards problem now.
Well, we should have tried to understand why she was there and why she attacked us and why they didn't seem to have anything to do with undead.
Okay, you heard me mention guards though,
Yeah,
and the fact that we had to get out of there, otherwise it would have been us caught as well.
that's fair. That's fair. Well,
We could maybe sneak into the barracks or something.
I'm in no state to do such
You
thing.
seem like shit.
Yes, and I feel
Some
like
mushrooms then?
No, I'm not taking that chance now. Let's go back to the city and rest there for a while.
Or maybe we can find where Genius is, tell her we dealt with Black Sun.
Yeah, I expect she's still in the city.
Mm-hmm.
All
Alright.
And
The group
please
heads on.
move the cart slowly. If it tumbles too much, you might finish me off.
Okay, well, I think Chef's driving.
Nah.
There's like this faint grumbling groan from within Chef's metal head.
Oh, like Lurch.
Only it kind of echoes inside too and is muffled. The car. Well, Chef better not be driving for too long, because the cart does not take but like 10 to 15 minutes to begin approaching the city again.
Yeah, and you know, big zombie guy with a bunch of arms on his one arm.
And a poncho and a chef's hat.
Completely disguised.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Just like putting a paper bag over with someone's face drawn on it over your head.
Well, that is weird, but not illegal. Also, I assume you switch as you approach the gate.
Yeah.
Okay, switching. You enter the city.
Living corpse right next to the
Now,
infected.
going to Genus. In the last session, you secured some interesting things on a little black market trade deal. You know you have some very nice weapons coming to you tomorrow. You also know that
Yeah, the one guy wants me to...
provide Omen at a reasonable place of vulnerability.
Yeah, and he's also, like, tracking me with that thing he gave me.
Quite possibly.
And possibly listening in.
Possibly, indeed. Where have you gone since then? You know that the operation you sort of made for yourself outside is in motion.
I just kind of find a place to like watch it go from a good vantage point, like on a
Well-
tall roof or something.
The only tall roofs that are near enough to the wall to look over it are actually in a slightly disadvantageous district. You could get up there and watch if you'd like. However, the only things you really get to see are the two big boom booms of Omen's fireballs going off in the vicinity. So,
And that'll be Omen. I say as I take a swig of ale from a bottle.
mhm.
Ah,
After that, though, it quickly quiets down. However, your mood is quickly soured as you see a Marigriffo with a mount fly from the scene.
that could be a problem. I say as I take a swig before I climb down. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go see my.
I was going to say, a short time later, you see another Marigriffo take flight, but with nobody on it.
Interesting. I'm still gonna go see my friend. My friend. What's her name?
Sophia?
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
gonna go pay Sophia a visit.
All right. You go back to your house or Sophia's house. She's taking tea with somebody at the moment, but within just 20 minutes, she passes the gentleman along, and you are invited inside. And she says, "Hello. I hope everything is going well."
Hard to say. I saw Meryl Griffith leave with a man on back, so I don't think they were all killed.
I certainly hope that's not true. Those were quite expensive assassins.
Tell me about it. But then again, the man pursuing me has much deeper pockets. I say, before I struck my chin. I know they're very good, but I don't want to take the chance. Is there any way if there's any left alive and held by the guards that you could get you could make them silent?
Any of the individuals that you wanted killed?
Yeah, if they were taken in by the guards to the barracks, is there any way they could easily be taken care of?
Well, I mean, we are in Dwanhof. They are locked in a box of iron. I think that's the most easy time. What is this music?
I'm sorry, I played Thief in the Night, and I thought it would be appropriate for this.
Apparently, Dwanhof is reggae.
Okay,
It's okay. I have done many terrible things with music. Incident.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, I didn't know you could group them like that. I'll remember that for later. By the way,
Yes.
Kedrick is running a bit of music for me today because I have poor music taste and always feel anxious throwing anything on, especially by Kevin MacLeod, who's very nice, but I don't know. So she says something like that could certainly be arranged. I'll tell you if any of them wind up in the slammer.
Yeah. And if I'll need this quieted down and make sure none of this gets back to my comrades, or any of this gets back to me. If necessary, go ahead. The ring I've charged you to sell in the future. Take any expenses that tying up the loose ends of this will take out of that.
I would be happy to, however, because of our friendship, I will tell you that there are no ties to you right now. If you walked away, they wouldn't know. The creation or the hiring of those men was completely through my underlings. So you had no involvement other than if maybe somebody saw you here today. The only way someone would tie it back to you would likely be if they saw you with those friends of yours and they had been present at the fight.
Oh, unfortunately, they're very strong, and at this point, it's a gamble, but it might be more advantageous and profitable for me to stick with them at this point.
Well, as you will. I am not saying that it is a poor idea. I'm just letting you know. Perhaps while you're here, lay low when you're around them.
Naturally.
And then everything ought to be fine.
By the by, I have another favor. I say, I whisper to her so that, like, hopefully it won't be heard at all by the locket.
Yeah.
As I point to it and say that there's some enchantments on this to track me and possibly listen to me.
On your locket?
Yeah, I whisper to her and tell her about the arrangement and tell her about what happened at the market.
Oh, wait, he knew who you were?
Yes, that's
Didn't
why I'm.
you say that event, that person you met, you just arrived yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and only yesterday did you let this person go?
Wait, what person? What?
You told her about the events with the unusual mage, right?
The unusual maid? What?
The mage.
Mage? Oh, the one we. Oh, the one we. Yeah.
Huh.
The one that Jorl crippled forever.
She immediately looks a little worried and says,
Yeah.
"That's not much time at all for them to have found your name. And it was not on any of my servants' lips.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bit
Disconcerting.
unusual."
Disconcerting indeed, yeah. Well, I need to find a way to. I whisper to them. I'm trying to play this to stay in Omen's good graces, but still get the money. And I need to have the situation taken care of. Savvy?
Yes. That'll have to be by your initiative. I'd be happy to lend some know-how and maybe some bodies for the right price, but I admit, knowing that he gathered information so quickly, I can't exactly promise discretion with this, because I have a feeling we're dealing with somebody who has more than money on his side.
Magic users, I grumble with a light shake of my head. But either way, I'll figure this out. Don't put yourself at unnecessary risk. Unnecessary risk. I still need you and need your full capabilities. I whisper to her.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know if I come across anything about them, by the way.
Gladly, and I tell her the couple of different inns I'll be staying at at any time. So, yeah, because I figure I could pay. I whisper. I figure a poison would work well. I tried to buy some. What did I buy at the market?
I believe you bought some 2 + 5 short swords or 2 + 5 daggers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You bought some really nice weaponry.
Didn't I buy also something from the poison guy, or was he too expensive for anything?
The poison guy was very expensive. I don't think you were too interested in any of those. Did you add them to your inventory?
No, I didn't. I didn't add anything to my inventory because I didn't get them yet.
Okay. I know the poison guy had a few items just in the store with him, but yes.
Oh, I got Al-Baladin.
Yes. Okay, I thought you had put that there.
Yeah,
Al-Baladin is a poison.
Yeah, and 1 dose of opium. So, all right, I'll tell. Yeah, then I whispered to her, if you could give me a list of places to meet. I whispered to him, he wants me to meet at a distinct location to trade off Omen, and do you have a list of places that would be more advantageous to me?
We do have.
And I whispered to her this all to her, by the way.
Yeah. She says, well, we have some safe houses and trap rooms that we've used for various occasions throughout the years. That could give you some sort of advantage. I will say that I can't vouch for the privacy if you... Well, I don't know. That Omen character that you brought up here seemed to be very rambunctious and got into a lot of trouble very quickly. And from what my dear companion and servant have told me she too is a magic user.
Indeed, I whisper back to her.
Such things make me nervous. But if you would like, yes, I can make sure nobody's using one of our trap rooms. And so you know, and you do. These are generally rooms that they have like scouted out throughout the city that have like positionings that make them at least somewhat private or more private than one would expect, like rooms in inns that for some reason have an extra wall between them and the next one, unusually heavy doors, and also have like trap doors or special hiding spots in the room that aren't usually supposed to be there and one wouldn't expect, and they're usually made out of everyday places. A lot of them are warehouses, but you can have. But she will mention that they have one that is just an inn room in the city. Yeah.
All right, give me one you won't miss. I tell her to her, and then I say to her, I won't be telling any of my companions what I'm up to. So, hopefully, we'll see how well this goes. So definitely give me one you won't miss, because who knows how this is going to turn out.
All right. Well, I can't guarantee that any of these will not be in use. However, the most likely one will probably be, well, we call it the outhouse. It is a kill point, to be honest, for the most part. We will show you where it is on your map, and she will like take out a little map and draw and point to you where it is. She'll tell you it's on what street it's on, and she will hand you a key. It's a small storage house. Most people think it's a part of the conjoining inn, but the door between them has been closed and locked for quite some time.
All right.
There's and she explains to you like all of the ways in and out. There's a trapdoor that leads into the plumbing system below that you can get out into the city from, and all of the windows and doors have additional like heavy bolted locks on them. It's also very good if you want to be quiet because you can't hear anything. It's very hard to hear from anything that goes on inside from the outside. Very thick walls, very thick portals.
All right, thank you very much. I say as I write all this down, kind of thing. I'll let you know if I need anything else in the future. Just keep me informed on this guy, and if there's any news from the person that sent those people in the encampment. If there's any new movement or news, and don't forget the black, and of course anything on the Black Sun. I whispered to her.
Of course, you can expect news from me very shortly, I imagine.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sophie. And with that, I'll sneak out and take my leave because I got to be super stealthy about all this.
All right, sneak out, make a stealthy check.
Where is that shit? Wait, what? Theft, disguise, lockpicking. Fuck, this is what happens when we take long breaks. I can't, find shit anymore.
It's hard to remember where we're gonna go with that.
So
where the fuck is the stealth?
For the people on YouTube, it's not going to look like a long break because I had not been posting much on the channel at all, and so I posted most of our campaign in the last couple of weeks while we were on break.
Well, all of you watching, it's been a couple weeks, so I can't find shit anymore. Let's see.
Alright.
Oh, right, it's the brightly red one.
Yes. Because it's
256 without any modifiers.
Oh wow! All right, that's really good. You sneak right out of there like a shadow in the middle of the day. There is a street full of people outside, but you don't turn any heads.
Yeah. Yeah. I also have a cloak of invisibility, and I'm highly forgettable thanks to my nature.
Yep.
Yeah, I sneak into the inn into the place where I'm supposed to meet everyone else.
All right. You return to the inn, And it is not honestly that much later that the wagon pulls back up outside. Now, I assume you might want to go clean up a little bit, Jorl, because anyone seeing you walk out will be very concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it? We walking about?
I'm probably going to have Gabriel and Omen help carry me up to my room, and then clean up a little bit. I can take care of
Yeah.
not
Oh,
looking
but-
like I'm dying so much.
And by the way, while I'm waiting for them, I ask for plenty of food, wine at the place, and then something ink to write with, because I have the ink and paper to write with, kind of thing.
The food and wine is brought to you without much hesitation. They know that you are good for money. However, for ink, you'll get ink in rough parchment. They aren't really the place that has a lot of either.
Oh well.
But it's a little bit dry and hard to write with, but you can get that too, and they will put that on your tab, so you'll have to pay for that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How much do I owe?
Let me take a look in my journal of prices.
Yeah, because I basically went broke trying to send basically useless men to help Jorl and Omen and everything with the group.
They were not very good at their job today. Poor men.
Those red shirts were really useful to serve as red shirts. Avalby, do you want me to look up food and wine?
Nah, I got it here. You spend a total of 16 silver for the food and wine.
How much is that in gold?
That's 0.16 gold.
Yeah.
So I'll give him 2 gold pieces.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, that will definitely also cover the ink and parchment.
Mm-hmm. Well, because I'm almost broke at this point, but still.
1 gold is 100 pieces of silver, so you basically tipped them 5 times what you were meant
Oh, in
to.
that case, just 1 gold piece. Fuck that.
Okay. No.
No. It's early in the morning. My math sucks. Yeah. All right. What?
I was saying ink is expensive though, but I don't think it's expensive enough that you still haven't dipped in something. So yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, it's dry as ass ink, so it shouldn't be worth a bottle of fresh ink. So.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, you have your parchment and your ink, and you may write to your heart's content.
Yeah. Right now I've sketched on one side of the in the book. Well, how much parchment do I have?
They just gave you a page. That's what they thought you wanted. It's a decent sized you unravel it and you can write a good bit on the piece of paper.
Well,
it's bigger than any book we'd usually get.
Well, I tear off a quarter and use it to sketch down what I was told of the house or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
the safe house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sketching that out in a way that no one can really read it as I try to figure out my options and as I'm waiting for.
All right. Shorthand.
Yeah, shorthand to try and figure out plans A through G, basically, based on all possible scenarios I can think of for how my plan's going to play out.
You disguise it as an interesting space battle doodle that you're making on the page.
Yeah.
Okay. You can do that. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else before they arrive?
Nah, I take a sip of wine, I eat a bit, and I'm just thinking and planning, basically.
Okay. The group arrives. How do you just walk down, Jorl? Or you said you had Gabriel help you somehow?
Yeah, basically Gabriel is helping me helping carry me down from the cart and towards my chambers where I'm just going to go collapse on the bed and maybe grab a wet towel to take the blood off of my mouth and ears, but that's about it.
Right.
I
Now
mean,
you
would
do
help
look.
carry him too.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You do get some unusual looks, largely because Gabriel is an unusual sight. Not just because you were covered in blood, but also they seem to be pretty focused on Gabriel.
Yeah, that's fine.
No one comes out. I mean, obviously, what's happening is they're helping an elderly gentleman into a room, so that's not terribly bad. So you don't see any guards moving to intercept you, but there are a lot of eyes on you.
All right.
And as you walk in, you also happen to cross paths with Genus, who is doodling on a piece of paper and eating some food and drinking some wine and generally having a very relaxing afternoon.
I speak up, and I say, the fires, the fires were burning bright in the forest, and the forest last night. I say as I look up to Omen.
It's a coincidence. Probably wouldn't have happened if you were there.
Perhaps. I say as I motion for her to take a seat. Tell me about it.
Okay, I'll just kind of like slowly like shift Joel's weight onto Gabriel then.
I was hoping you just say, I sit down and then like and then you're like Joel stumbles a little bit, but go on.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Sit
do
down
we
then.
do we have a room here?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I believe you. I don't know if you also got a room here. I know they both have rooms.
I don't need a room here. I don't need to leave any trace. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say. I'm surprised he's still walking at this point. From the looks of him, I mused before I looked at him. So please regale me.
Well,
And as I say this, I motion to the food and wine, and help yourself.
I'm not really feeling hungry.
Suit
Is
yourself.
You down there?
Yeah,
I don't know what exactly those black sun overs are doing over there. Those weird birds he had.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
they didn't seem scientists. It was weird.
Well, they are a shadowy organization. Confusion would be to confuse people would be a specialty of theirs. I muse before saying, did you were they all dead? Did they escape? What?
We kind of had to leave before we could double check. I'm pretty sure, Farron. There was one who had a violin or something.
There's a what?
One with a violin or something.
Yeah, it was a fiddle.
I raise a brow. A fiddle in battle?
Yeah, it seemed to be able to like make these sort of weird. That was kind of what knocked Joel out, and almost me as well.
I see. I say, making a mental note of it for later. My evening was uneventful, except for I say as I tell her a bit about like the market and what I purchased. But as I do so, I start scratching again. I start scratching a note down, and I push it over to her, telling her what actually happened with the guy, and to just talk normally, don't mention it, and because I also tell her about the locket and such.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have this note slid over to Omen, and it basically explains that somebody's tried to contact Genus.
Yeah, and also not.
You, or help capture you.
Yeah, I told her I spoke with Sophie in a whisper, but because of the locket, they may and its magic, they may have heard me anyway, which is why I spoke freely with Sophie, because I expected they don't trust me as a thief, because I'm obviously a schemer, but that I'm telling Omen this, and for her to act like I haven't told her anything at all, kind of thing. And about the safe house and that I'm planning something. So.
Okay, so it is a decently long note. Like near the end of it, well, are you using the entire other sheet of paper?
Yeah. Well, Well, first I just scratch to her, just act normal, and just pretend I'm continuing to scratch out something nonsensical, and then I write out the note kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, if you use the big sheet of paper, then you got plenty of room. So yeah,
Yep.
go ahead.
Yep. So yeah. Don't you like my drawing? I always fancied that I could be some sort of artist in another life. I muse as I continue to write out the note.
Make
But
an
yes,
art check.
what?
Make an art check.
Who? Me or Omen?
You.
Oh. Well, I have 0 in everything, so 74.
Oh, but you got a minus 30, so that turns into 44. Actually, the handwriting is very nice. If you had looked at it from that perspective, go ahead.
Yeah, and I continue to talk to her as I write out the note, sort of thing. But I made some interesting purchases tonight. I say before I whisper so that no one else can hear on it. Black market sort of thing, and I tell her my purchases at the black market, excluding the poison, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
I am. Omis as well. I appreciate you.
Wait, sharing what?
Your drawing.
Ah, yes. Yeah, sharing what? Oh, yes, the drawing, of course. Well, you know, we are companions after all. I figure I might as well share a little bit of something. So, even if it is something as silly as this, I sigh with a light shake of my head as I pay. And she has the note now, right?
Yes. Now you have the note, Omen.
Okay. I'll probably just, try and subtly hide in my cloak then, and
Huh? Yeah. What?
What did Genus buy from the black market again?
You did not say anything about the poison, did you, Genus?
No, I told him to tell him what I purchased, excluding the poison and the opium. So.
Yep. So you know that she has purchased some very fine weapons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figure we could use them for the future, and plus they're fine enough for our friend to work with them. I say, obviously referring to Jorl.
Yeah. Seems like he's going to be out of it for a while. I had him know tough about this.
You did see very clearly as he was drawn in, 2 people having to support his sides to walk.
Yes. 'Tis a shame. But I'm sure we can find something that'll help along the healing process, perhaps. I muse, but before giving a light shrug.
I mean, you seem to heal up from bleeding pretty quickly, actually.
Well, the elders said to be tougher. And then if you ask other people, they say they could die at any moment. I say with a light shake of my head. Well, but either way, that was my night. Not much else interesting happening.
I mean, we didn't exactly go on a side gig or anything. I've pretty much told you everything we did.
Mm-hmm.
So what now?
Well, I imagine we should make sure the old man doesn't die, and then just relax for now. But yeah, I'll let you get to it. I say as I stand up and and put away my drawing and leave and then take the note I handed Omen before going. I'll warm myself up by the fire before going out for the night.
Omen hid that note you gave her in her cloak.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll hand it back if she reaches out for it.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah.
Going out again?
Of course. The night is still young. I'll warm myself up by the fire first. I say as I'm used before I look at the piece of parchment. I don't know. I'm hardly satisfied with this. Things things you don't. Even though I wouldn't want the others to see the sloppy drawing. The drawing, after all, I muse as I head towards the fire and toss the paper in. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, but feel free to take the food and wine. Have wine with you. It's already paid for. I say as I warm myself up a bit more. I'll see you another time. I'll see you tomorrow, possibly. I say before I leave.
See you around then, I guess.
Oh, and by the way, I'll look for something for the old man to make sure he doesn't die.
Think he'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Genus, you are going off to find healing supplies, and you have another idea.
Another idea?
Yes.
Well, I don't have much of an idea, kind of thing. You know, I mean, like I trust Sophie's information on the storehouse, kind of thing. But other than that, I'll poke about and see if anything interests me, kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
On the wayside, I feel like this is the party that has like all the 11 intellects, which is crazy, and it's been a long time. So I would just like to remind Omen that your golden staff should be ready today.
I was going to ask. Today. Okay.
Yeah. Today.
It's nowhere near as in bad shape as Joel, obviously, but like still took a bit of a beating back there. So she probably would otherwise be like trying to figure out what Jeans is doing at the moment, but she's kind of too tired at the moment.
All right, both you and are you going to rest then?
Yeah.
All right. You and Jorl can settle down and get a day's rest worth of healing. In the meantime, Genus, if you want, would you care to make a search check for that medicine help for Jorl?
All right. Otherwise, I could just slip in my opium packet, or at least share half of it.
You could do that. That would possibly dilute some of the pain.
Yeah. Hey, it's opium. 143 search with no mods.
All right. Well, you also actually that would. I'm really sorry. Could you roll a streetwise?
Yeah. Good thing I invested in it.
You could use that roll if you want. The 98. You would be a 98 if you said.
Yeah.
Well, either way, maybe not quite as quick as you ought to have. You don't find any like magical aid. However, there are apothecaries in town. There are physicians. If you wanted, you know that it is not a terribly difficult thing to get somebody to come and make a house call. It's just sort of like you don't know exactly how they would feel about having a doctor appear and diagnose them with such unusual wound.
Yeah. Well, I still have the smoking pipe. Would that be enough to like make him give a house call and give treatment?
Oh, a physician actually isn't just terribly expensive to hire for just a single turn per day. How much do you have? 2
gold, 5 copper coins, the valuable book with only 5 pages used, the foot-tall mirror, the smoking pipe, and the other stuff. So.
All right. Well, now a smoking pipe would probably get you. It sort of depends on where you go. There are just apothecaries, like lower level healers, people who specialize more in herbs than the art of healing, but happen to know about medicine just by an extent of their trade. You're sure you could get them with just the money you have on hand. If you wanted to go up and get like a trained, specialized physician from the from like uptown, then you might need to sell the pipe. It's up to you.
I'd rather trade the pipe than use the rest of my cash, kind of thing. So.
All right. You want to get Sophie to pawn that off for you, or do you want to just try to do that yourself?
I'll get Sophie to pawn it for me. I need to be as inconspicuous as possible.
All right. You run by Sophie's house again. Make another stealth check.
Right. No mods. 259.
Great. Nice. That's incredibly close to what you got last time. Yep. And I'll let you use that to sneak out too. You actually, you meet her like she's coming and going. But she does stop and just say, "Well, I can hand you 4 gold pieces now, if you need it."
Yeah, yes, I need to go find a. I need to go get a physician. A physician for a comrade.
What?
So, yeah.
Well, that ought to get you some good health, and she'll take the pipe and give you 4 gold coins.
All right. Thank you very much, Sophie. I say before I slip off.
All right. And you are back into the city. Are you going to try to get one of the higher class positions?
Well. Could I get a good one without like getting any attention?
This is Dwanhole, so people getting stabbed actually isn't a huge deal.
Yeah.
It is actually probably one of the best places to hire a physician for somebody attacking you and not draw tons of attention.
All right. Well, I do that. I do. How much to hire him to go to the inn and be indiscreet so he doesn't talk? So talk or comment or anything.
Well, he is a little bit suspicious when you mention that this is a shady ordeal, and he's like, I'm not getting in bad with any of the gangs, am I?
No. I say, no. I just need indiscretion. I say before handing off the money. We are but simple travelers that came here very recently. We haven't ties with anyone.
And yet you move that money very much like a native. All right. Make a persuasion check real quick.
Persuasion? All right. Come on, decent roll.
Oh, a credit roll, but you got a little bit in there. And then he just sort of like jingles the gold and says, "Well, this will be enough."
Yeah, how much did I pay him?
6.
So I'm completely out of gold. I'm down to 5 coppers.
Back to where you started. Hey.
The things I do for my companions.
All right. Within like half an hour, Jorl, you hear a knock at the door.
Yeah. Yeah. I also told the physician to say to the girl in the woman in the red cloak, I'm here to make sure the old man doesn't croak, so he can immediately know who sent him.
Okay.
Yeah, so she can immediately know who sent him.
Yep, Omen. As you see this gentleman pass, Genus you'll hear him. You told him to say that he's here to make sure the old man doesn't croak?
Yeah, because I'm not going with him, so.
Okay, that makes sense. As he finds her with her very red cloak, where are you? You're in your own room, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
He will, in that case, go to your door first and knock on it.
Okay, yeah, open it up.
I'm here to make sure the old man doesn't croak. You open it and you see like this sort of a very short-haired but gaunt face. His eyes are sort of like set into his skull. Man, he doesn't seem to be more than middle-aged, and he wears like these very nice white and brown robes. Has a bag at his side, and his hands are sort of like laced in front of him. His bag, his bag does sort of have the. I don't know if they have a traditional medical symbol here in Gaia.
What, the Caduceus?
Yeah, the Caduceus. I don't think it has that.
Wouldn't it be the symbol of a healing god or something?
There is an artifact.
There isn't one. It's like pseudo-Christian, unless like he's like Lilium or something.
What was that?
One of the 13 weapons in the Book of Artifacts is a Caduceus, and it is used for, and it does give boosts to spells and healing as well, if I remember correctly.
That is cool.
But it just looks like a staff, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's not really a symbol, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a big plus sign.
It's the Staff of Wonders, the Rod of 1001 Wonders, and the first of the 13 weapons, blah blah blah. It has...
Anyway, I can tell this guy's a, like, medic or something, right?
Oh yeah, you can smell all sorts of weird plants in his bag.
Right. Persuasion plus notice, right? Or the middle of the two?
The middle of the two.
Okay. So I will
Round it down to the
which is
middle.
weird.
I know that's weird. I'm sorry. That is totally a home rule.
2 roll to see what he's, if I can understand what he's getting at.
Well, no, yes, that is also true because you didn't discuss the terms of this innuendo beforehand.
No. Otherwise, oh no, okay, that's.
Oh no, that's pretty darn good.
I would have assumed otherwise it's just someone kind of like come in and it's like maybe I can like maybe pay for they can maybe pay for services or something. But like if I think Jeans has sent him, then I'll be like, oh okay, he's next door.
Oh, yeah. You can sort of gather that, or that's what you immediately assume that Gina sent this poor man, just because of how he speaks. If you immediately point to the next door, he nods his head, and then he'll go and knock on Joral's door.
Ooh, back to bed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who's there? It's Gabriel. Is asking.
My name is Tannen. I'm an apothecary. I heard you were in need of some medicine.
The door is going to like open slightly, and with Gabriel's mask being slightly visible, and she says, "Who sent you?"
You immediately see like the man like recoil a little bit, like looking very uncertain. A young woman sent me. I assumed the girl next door is your ward. She said I would be permitted entry so long as I said I'm here to make sure the old man doesn't die.
Croak.
Croak, croak, croak. He corrects himself after making that first mistake.
Yeah, this does sound like Genius. So the Gabriel opens the door a little bit more and says he's right there. And I think at this point, I'm asleep. Jorol is like unconscious. But Gabriel is going to keep an eye on the doctor the entire time, trying to spot if he does anything shady, making sure that he doesn't steal anything. You know, just general Dwanholf precautions.
Yes, definitely. Make a notice or a search check by her if she has better search. He comes into the room, like moving sideways around Gabriel, who he finds to be very unsettling. And as he sits down, he kneels beside the bed and sets his bag down and begins looking through it. I may need to wake him. Can you tell me his symptoms? And if you would be so kind as to go through like what you saw of his wounds, then, and that's pretty good notice. You actually do see as he turns away from Gabriel, there is a brief moment where his eyes sweep the room in a way that you've seen like a lot of people in Dwanholz do as they take stock of all of the valuable things inside and like
or even as
gauge up what they might get away with.
Or even as Genus does on a daily basis.
Yeah, you like literally something that Genus does on a daily basis.
Yeah.
However, he doesn't make a move for anything. You don't see him like reach out to try to touch anything or steal anything. He has, as he's keeping track of, as he's talking to Gabriel and like getting her information, Jorl will probably be woken up at least to some degree during the process.
Mm-hmm.
He can't do just a whole lot. He's mostly going to give you some different medicines, and he's going to like try to figure out what within Joral's body is bleeding and where it is the most damaged. But he will try his best.
Okay.
And as he's talking to you, as he's talking to Gabriel, you can actually tell that there are points where he is testing her. Like he put his bag eerily far from him and ask her to grab something from it.
Mm-hmm.
And as she goes to grab something, he's like watching to see if she takes her eyes off of him and everything. It's a little bit shady, but after her eyes kind of stay trained, he obviously gives up and is like, okay, I'm not messing with these folk. And does the heal.
All right. Does he make a medicine roll to?
He doesn't. He open rolls.
Nice. That is going to heal at least 50%. Yeah, that's 50% of the damage that I took.
I forgot you're a GM with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I can see those rolls now.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so he heals you 50% of the damage dealt to you. You are honestly amazed. Even Miss Edored has very little grasp of medicine compared to this gentleman, as he very appropriately identifies all of the bleeding spots within Joral's head, within his body. He actually has come very well prepared, eerily enough, even though Junus didn't give him too much in the way of information in the terms of poultices and like medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, boy. That is very nice.
All right.
Man, I hired the best guy I know of Dwarnhof.
You accidentally did.
You did. I'm from minus 50 to 56. So, oof. Thank you. I feel so much better.
Cool. All right. He says, "I think that ought to do it. I have already been paid, so everything here we're through." And he slowly stands up and gives a brief bow to both Joral and Gabriel before he goes to walk outside.
Mm-hmm.
And as he does, he opens the door outward, which is how it opens. Or no, it opens inward. That makes sense that it opens inward. It opens inward, and you hear him say, excuse me? And casting an eye towards the door, you see him shuffle out the door past what seems to be a very tall man clad in dark clothes.
Fuck. Well, good thing I just gave you back 100.
He seems to be facing the door. And,
do I know this person?
You do not. I'll give you a better description in a moment. The medicine man actually leaves the door partly ajar with his haste to get out of this man's way. You detect that he is very tall. He's in the upper 6 foot radius, but he's not very incredibly bulky. He seems a little slender. You notice immediately as a hand slowly glides up to knock on the door's frame that he is very pale.
Oh god, it's a vampire!
Okay.
No one invited him, did they?
Also, did I recover from the huge penalty to all of my actions?
I'm actually not sure. I will be checking that.
Okay.
Hey, for how good the doctor rolled, he should have healed something.
I know.
But the medicine skill doesn't say anything about healing negatives. So I could still I could feel a lot better and still be very hurt.
Yeah. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so death of death.
Fuck, I spent 6 gold to heal the old man really well, and now he's gonna die.
I'm going to say
House rules.
I'm going to say that I'm just going to say that he did 50% off of that, so that you're at a negative 30 now.
Okay, that's a very good improvement. So does the door close again as the doctor leaves?
No, like I said, the doctor was in such a hurry to get out of this man's immediate proximity that he didn't close the door all the way. And you see through like just the crack, the man at the door like slowly knock on the door frame.
Gabriel's gonna move closer and say, yes, who is this?
Did she peek through the door?
She reaches the door, which is ready to close it if she can.
Yeah.
If things seem awry.
All right. Well, if you don't really know what, nothing is immediately awry yet, other than the fact that this gentleman is creepy. He is pretty tall, like I said. He's rather slender. He is wearing black leathers, so he seems like he is a combat-trained person. However, he has no weapons openly worn on him. He also has a wide-brimmed black hat, which sort of sits low on his head. However, from her position, she can look up and see that he has sort of like milky gray eyes.
Oh God, they aren't
dead. It's just that they are like, they're very pale. Like the irises have no color at all. They're kind of shiny underneath the hat, but they don't have any color to them.
That's a very bad sign in a place like Dwanhof.
Ooh, I like this music that you put on for this.
His name is Mr. Fluffy Buns.
Oh no! Everyone knows Mr. Fluffy Buns is the most dangerous assassin in all of Dwanhof.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear from the other side of the door, I would like to speak to Jorl.
Okay. Jorl is going to say, Omen? I'm going to try to call Omen from the other side, and Gabriel is going to say, he's not feeling too well right now.
I would like to talk to him alone, but if now's a poor time, I can come back later.
Okay. Does Owen?
Yeah, Owen comes out.
Make a notice check because you said you went back to sleep.
I did say that.
You know what's great that you guys never utilize? Chef.
What? Chef? Well, Chef is outside. He can't walk around.
Yeah.
He's very good when not in a town, which seems to be never.
Well, I don't know. He dealt a good blow to the fiddle lady. And he also killed one of the friends of the ice mage. Anyways, sorry. You are faintly disturbed from your dreams. You don't immediately rise. It's sort of like you've come to part consciousness. Because you can hear it. It's just you sort of wake up and don't know exactly what has woken you. There's nothing in the room that is dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, how does Gabriel respond to his request?
Would you like to leave a message? Say who this is? who means to talk to Jorl?
And he'll lean forward and say, "What are you to Jorl?"
I'm taking care of him while he rests.
I can only entrust the message to someone very close to
You can entrust that message to me.
Persuasion check.
Okay.
You can if you want to use your own Jorls at a -20 if it's better.
Sure. That is going to be much better than what Gabriel has. Persuasion. So at minus 20, you said, on top of my usual penalties.
On top of the penalties, yes. So minus 50.
Okay, so 138.
Oh, that's actually really good. It's better than I thought. Good. He waits for a second, looking closely at her, and says, "My name is Losserot,
All right.
and I wish to extend the hand of friendship from the Lord of Lucano,
From the Lord of...
Lucretio."
Ooh.
Lucretio?
Yeah.
Which
Lu-
one's that?
Lucretio, I'll bring you
south.
to it. It is down south.
It's very far away from here.
It is very far away from here.
It is also
Lu-
the most technologically advanced country in Gaia, as far as I'm aware. They have like, they have like electricity to light the streets and running water and stuff like this.
Genus gets the feeling that's a very good place to go to make a profit.
It is, if you're smart. Thieves have a really hard time there, I'm afraid.
Lots of people have
Well.
a really hard time there.
Well, they haven't met this thief. Well, either way.
Yeah, I come back tomorrow. Preferably after the sun rises.
He makes a slow bow of his head, stands up straight, and walks down the hallway.
All right. Okay, lots of interesting visits tonight. Joral's gonna go back to sleep, and Gabriel's gonna check in on Omen, see if Omen is okay, because Omen didn't respond when being called for help. So I'm gonna knock on your door.
Yeah, would probably be on the way out actually. I've been up to see Gabriel, be like, is everything right?
Yeah, we just had a visit from someone that I don't know. Someone called
Wait, that was the doctor, yeah.
No.
No?
There was a man at arms wearing black leather called Luferot.
It was Glossop, wasn't it?
Yeah, Losserot.
Losserot? Okay. How do you write that?
Glossop. Don't know who that is. Name dangerous or anything?
He wanted to talk to Joral. So, but yeah, he'll be back tomorrow. We can talk with him then. Joral's doing a lot better thanks to the doctor.
Oh, that's good.
What about you? Are you okay? Did you need the doctor's help as well?
I mean, I was having a nice nap.
Oh, sorry. I'll let you rest.
It's fine. I'm still sore, but I'll be back to my old self in a few days, I think.
All right, that's good to know. Yeah. All right. Well, rest well. We earned our rest after tonight.
You too.
Okay. She closes the door, and we're gonna go to sleep. Well, Gabriel's gonna stay awake while Joel is resting, but. Yeah.
All right. Everybody who rests get some a fully rested night's sleep. Genus, anything else for the night?
Can I find a safe place to celebrate and take that hit of opium?
Yes, you may.
Yay!
You may
Opium!
certainly find. Yep, you find. Well, you don't have much money to celebrate anymore.
Well, I have a foot-tall mirror. I'm sure I could trade that.
The mirrors are quite expensive. Yes, you could.
Yeah. I'll trade that and find someone to have fun with the opium with.
All right. You want to sell it yourself or give it to Sophie?
I'll sell it myself. I've bothered Sophie enough.
All right. I would like you to make an appraisal check.
Appraisal. Okay. Etiquette.
You have never rolled terribly well for appraisal, sadly.
But today I have.
Today you
97.
rolled slightly less than average.
Ah.
Still, you know that this thing is like ought to be worth over 150 gold.
Jeez.
If not for you to sell, but if you were to buy one, they're pretty expensive.
Okay, so since they'll want to buy it to me, I'll have to sell it under 150 since they'll want to make a profit actually on it. So
Yes.
I'll
If you can go through a couple pawn shops, make a couple of persuasion rolls, and get some offers.
okay, yeah. This is why it's good to be a thief. You get the valuable shit. One,
Yep.
2,
The first one's actually alright. Can I do one more?
3.
Alright.
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
You go through the people, or you go through the various pawn shops that are located all over. It's one of the most popular businesses, obviously, because there's a lot of stuff that gets stolen.
Yeah.
Now, the first one, you get the best offer. They say they give you it for 70 gold. Or they give
Yeah,
you
that's
70
about
gold
right.
pieces for this. The next one brings it down to 60. The last one, you actually struggle to get your foot in the door because he seems very suspicious of where this came from and is like, I think this is too hot for me. I'll give you 20 gold pieces for it.
You say, and I say, yeah, not hot at all. But I can get better. I scoff at him before I leave.
All right, you can get 70 gold pieces for that.
Yep, I get 70 gold, and then like, I'll put like 10 gold pieces in my purse, and then I'll hide the rest on various parts of my body, like divided up on various height spots, kind of thing.
Make a hide check.
Yeah. For some reason, I always suck.
Many checks.
For some reason, I always suck at hide.
You're really
But not
good
today!
Not today. That's really good. You don't expect anyone's gonna be picking your pockets today.
Yeah.
All right. You now have plenty of gold, which means you have plenty of a place to spend just 1 gold to find another place to take the opium. And
Yeah,
also,
I'll take-
have all the food, the drink, and the whatever you want to.
Yeah, I'll spend 1 gold to be at a place where I won't get like have any problems while I'm high off my ass, kind of thing. So.
Okay.
Yep.
You sadly won't be a very social affair, but you could definitely find somewhere calm and lit by moon or like the faint evening light, all red and dappling the area, and it makes it a much more interesting and imaginative experience. I am probably showing my inexperience. I have no idea how that kind of stuff works. But either way, is that all you wanted to do for the night?
Well, yeah, might as well celebrate since I think it'll be a couple days before like word for the guy from the camp sends word back to the guy. So might as well celebrate now. Woo! Getting high off drugs and alcohol.
Yes, that exactly. So, I'm gonna open it up a little bit because I don't know how long you guys just want to spend here. How long do you think you want to spend in the city?
Well, they have to recover, so.
It will take a week for Jorel to be himself again.
Yeah.
And a month for Idarid to be back.
Yeah.
Oh right, but either way, me and Omen gotta secretly work out a plan to get the drop on the guys that want to capture her, kind of thing. Anyway, because I told her about the thing. Yeah.
All right.
Be
Now,
good the next day or so. Like she wouldn't be healed by then, but she'd be ready to like go on doing that.
So
Yeah.
it's really going to depend on how things turn out. We might end up leaving in a day, or we could stay for a month. It's basically how things turn out with Locerot and the people with.
Oh, and by the way, if you tell Genus about Lacerot and stuff, she could get more she could get some information from Sophie probably.
Because
Because she still has to stick around to see if Sophie turns up any information on Sophie, on the guy chasing her, and on Omen's group. So.
Alright. Avelby, I'm
Yes.
rolling memorize, trying to remember any past interactions I could have had with either Lucanor's servants or this Locerot person. I'd like if I haven't ever interacted with this person, then like no worries. But I'm just trying to memorize to use. Nope. I rolled a 4. I do not remember anything, and my head hurts.
Your memory is even worse than normal.
Yeah.
Well, I am in massive pain.
That headache.
Unfortunately, you have no recollection of anyone. The fact that somebody from Lucanor is all the way over here is sort of incredibly weird in and of itself.
Yeah.
I can't even remember anything about Lucanor. What is that? Is that my long-lost pet dog from when I was a child?
Is this my long-lost pet dog's new owner, and he's come to kill me? I would allow you to make an occult check, though. Just for, like, future reference. This is your basis of the knowledge of certain things going on in Lucanor.
Oh, me?
Lucretia, yeah.
Me?
Lucanor's a dude.
What type of check?
Occult.
Oh.
Which is your strong point.
Yeah.
Ooh, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Do I need to roll higher than Zen?
Yes, no.
I know everything occult happening over on the other side of the world now.
That's not going to help you right now, but it's just so that I know if you ever make the right connections, you'll know immediately all about what's up with this. Is essentially the thing.
Connections.
Yes, connections over there.
With this role, did I like ever come across Wissenschaft?
You have never come across them to your knowledge.
Okay.
But you are aware of the organization.
Okay.
So, do you tell Genus about this the next day?
Okay. When would I encounter Genus? Because Droll's gonna stay in his bedroom, and Gabriel's gonna go out and like bring a plate of food back up for him, and water the tree and stuff like this.
Yeah, Genus is gonna come around late afternoon the next day, kind of thing, after the opium and alcohol wears off. So.
So it all depends on when this Locerot shows up.
Yes. When did you say you were going to come in?
Late afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Late afternoon. All right. In that case, it sort of depends. A Locerot does arrive first. Not too far into the afternoon, you get a knock on your door.
Okay. All right. So Droll is gonna open this. Gabriel's not visibly present, and neither is Filariel. But it looks as if he's alone, and so this Locerod still looks just as creepy now as he did last night.
He looks just as creepy.
All right.
You can tell that he has his hat worn low to keep people from looking at him, because he's definitely not a pleasant. He's not the kind that people would want to talk to in the street.
Right.
Is he more amicable today?
Oh, Gabriel's not here. It's just Droll.
Oh, so Jorl opens his own door. Okay. And then in case he he bows his head just a little bit.
I'm sorry I couldn't speak with you last night. Got into a bit of a rough situation, and at my age, that's not very forgiving. Come in. I sit on the bed. I gesture towards the only chair in the room.
Okay. He moves to sit and he says, "My apologies. I should have been better informed."
Now, it would hardly have been it would have been pretty hard for you to know about this. It all happened last night, but...
Well, I do know quite a few things. But your expedition into the woods was a pretty snap lightning strike decision.
I make a notice
I wasn't
check
predicting
to
it.
try and listen in on this.
You may.
Yeah, I told you this person would be back, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, in that case, I'd be... Okay.
You...
So
That's pretty good.
Too.
With that notice, you didn't notice anyone moving down the hall. Your indication is you're sitting there, and suddenly Jorel is talking in his room.
Oh.
But can she listen in on the conversation?
Yes. Now that you realize she's talking, you can like put your ear to the wall and listen, and you get the majority of what is said.
Okay.
So, what is what business do you or the Prince Lucanor have with me?
Well, first let me say that my initial duty here was not to come speak to you. I was sent to Dwanhof to seek the book hidden in the lab at Terrasant. However, and he says that is still my objective.
I understand. Are you the person who walked through walls while we were there?
We did have a very brief encounter.
Ah, so it was you. My friend sensed you, but he's gone now. You don't have to worry about being detected.
He nods slowly and says, I was very surprised when you showed up at the door to the chamber. I had to hide. I didn't think it would be wise to tangle with individuals who had just slain what presumably equates to a god.
Wow.
But also, when working for my master, it helps to have a certain degree of intuition. And when you arrived at the door, with me inside, I had this sense that perhaps I hadn't been sent there simply to gather the book, but that maybe you and your companions, such talented individuals placed here on such obscure circumstances, might have been part of the plan.
Is it common for people like you to be sent without knowing most of the plan?
It is an exclusive occurrence. Nobody but the Lord himself knows the whole plan.
So you want to recruit us for Lucanor?
No. I don't mean to give you deeds that will please him. I just want you to know that he is aware of it. And that if your interests align with his, you may be able to expect some help. Maybe we could help one another.
What are his interests?
Well, first and above all, I would like the book that you have with you. The incomplete tomb from Terra Santa.
With me?
Yes.
What makes you think I have it here?
I don't know that you have it here, but I know that you took it.
Hmm.
And of course, I don't mean to enter this conversation making only demands. But as I am just a servant, I can only say that you would enter the good graces of a very influential figure. And from what little I have seen of you on your journey from Terra Santa to here, you may be in need of some friends.
I don't have any indication of that what you're saying is the truth, and that you are who you say you are, you serve the person you say you serve, and what you're asking for, it's... even if I had it, I just couldn't put it in any hands. It was being very improperly used, and I intend to make sure that it's not ever used improperly again.
He slowly nods his head. I had hoped that perhaps my knowledge, that I came here knowing you and your name and your friends, might do well to indicate that I worked for higher powers, but I do understand. And my master and I are in agreement.
Higher powers are hardly ever benevolent.
Well, my master and I are in agreement that that book should be kept out of the wrong.
Alright.
I would like to
They're
keep
not
this
in the wrong hands then. Your work is done.
He pauses a little bit, and he sort of stares at you and then lower at the ground. He says, "Perhaps they are not. That is not my call to make.
Oh,
The master
Jorl.
desires them, and perhaps he thinks he can do something with them that will benefit mankind. But
No!
cringing in the distance.
Yeah, it's like it's your energy. It's your energy saying no. And also your energy is, you fool! Never give definite yes or no answers.
He nods his head again and says, "In any case, I would like to keep this discussion open if you were amicable."
Yes.
All right. So you mean to say you want to come back and talk again, or
Yes.
you want to keep talking now?
I will wish to come back and talk again. You are wise to be uncertain. I was honestly, so long as you are at ease with conversing with me, and with the idea of working with me in the future, that is as much success as I could have hoped for.
All right. I nod and I say, you say you want us to be friends. Maybe that will come in time. But for now, I don't know you very well. Maybe after a couple of discussions, we can come to a better agreement.
He nods his head. Understood. I will be not altogether distant. There are things I must do. However, this book is still my primary designation for being in the area. And in lieu of that, I hope you know that I will be following you to a degree.
All right.
And if there's nothing I can do to ease your mind now, I will take my leave.
Have a pleasant day.
He stands up slowly, drawing himself up to his full height, and he very softly bids you good day and steps out of the room. And once again, as soon as he's out of sight, there's no sound to be heard unless you roll a notice check. But carrying over that 170 from before, Omen also hears nothing.
Alright, well. I'm gonna... Gabriel's gonna go and talk to Omen and relay relay what happened. She knocks on on Omen's door.
Omen's probably still waiting, listening for footprints that make her jump a little, and she'd go to open the door and be like,
oh, did you hear all that?
most of it.
Weird, right?
Something about a cook for the bread, so I don't know.
What?
That's what a baker is, like. A cook of the bread.
Okay. I relay the rest of the conversation, like the conversation.
Not nearly as benign.
Yeah. So he wants the Necronomicon, but good thing we don't have the Necronomicon.
Right. Out of character, I do not remember what we did with it.
It's Gabriel technically has it.
Yeah, Gabriel has it in her pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, what do we know? We should have asked more about where he's from. It's probably not a good idea for anyone to have the book, but if he knows where it might be in a safe place, and at least it's maybe at least worth looking into where he thinks that is.
Yeah.
Who he works for.
Yeah. Jorl and I, we used to work for one of those organizations that stay in the shadow and try to move things from behind the scenes and make the world a better place, and we found out they were not actually trying to make the world a better place, and well, we don't trust those people anymore, those types of people.
Exactly. Anything other than thieves, and well, I mean, we ended up doing less damage than those kind of people, I think.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know, I want to believe maybe this guy's not like them.
You haven't. He does look very shady, like a pale skin, milky eyes.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's not why that doesn't influence my decision, but you know. Anyway,
I can see when
get all the information.
Yeah.
Before we make a decision.
All right. He said he'll be back to talk. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, well, maybe he'll want to talk to me.
Maybe.
As the conversation didn't last too long, Genus, you can come in whenever you want.
Okay. I stopped to get some breakfast. I have a sausage and a roll and some water and stuff. And I knock on Omen's door.
I mean, it's probably still open.
Oh, I poke my head in and I say, "No," I say, "Afternoon. Did I miss anything? Is the old man still alive?"
Yes and yes.
You missed an interesting conversation with a weird fellow.
Shh. I close the door behind me, and I say, And I have before I motion for them to continue. Continue. Tell me what happened.
So
Gabe knows better than I do.
we're gonna relay the info of what happened.
Yeah. I missed out on the first half, but I came back because like I was off screen. But like, but basically he wants. But basically the whole thing is he wants the book, the Necronomicon and stuff, right?
Yep.
And you gave me his name and where he's from.
Yeah, Lacerot, and he's from the Lucretio, and he sent the Lord of the Lucretio. Now, it's important to know, Lucanor was actually next in line to be Emperor of all of Gaia, but because his father, the Emperor, had him murder him, making him a regicide, he couldn't inherit the throne. So we're talking about someone who's just the prince of a small country, but who at one point stood to inherit to be the emperor of everything, including the Dwanholf. So someone who's pretty important.
Yes.
And he wants the book because he wants to make the world a better place, I say.
That's what he's saying.
Burn the book, I say bluntly. Burn the book, kill the man, and slip away. Otherwise, I'm going to go to Sophie and get much more information on this. I say before, as I bite into my lunch.
Well, hang on. What? You want to burn the book now?
You're dealing with big leagues. Basically, you're talking about the prince that was fucked out of ruling all of Gaia, and now he wants something magical, super powerful, super dangerous to make the world a better place. You're dealing with something way out of your league. Burn the book, cut your losses, and slip into the shadows.
If we're dealing with something that's way out of our league, then we would know it's not wise to make people like that angry. I'm not saying we just give him the book, I'm saying we figure out what the deal is first. If you're saying you can go to Olivia and find out what it is, then do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Way as fast as possible before he gets word back.
And also, we have to take into account that I might, I mentioned that the book could be used in a very positive way, making workers out of dead bodies would essentially free everyone from labor forever. But we couldn't do that because we would cause a panic. Someone like Lucanor might be able to make the world might have the influence to use the Necronomicon properly if it was under the correct supervision and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, you are so naive. I barked back to him. Do you even know anything about politics? About the shadow games played? About the various ne'er-do-wells that were come out of the woodworks when something like this is brought out into the open?
I do.
Placed in a seat of power.
Assuming we don't.
I lost a lot to
I don't,
those shadow games, but I'm just saying. I don't trust this person, and I don't trust most people who are talking about making the world a better place. But there is the chance that we could make the world a slightly better place if we play our cards right. So burning the book is not. It might be playing it safe, but it is also not the best option for the long term.
So you say. You gamble a major loss on the slightest possibility of a slight gain. I scoff in turn.
You wanted to talk.
I calculate risk to reward ratios on a daily basis. All you're doing is pulling the group into something that's way bigger than the lot of us and much more dangerous.
think we're
There's a
ready.
reason. There's a reason I don't get
think
into
I'm-
politics. It's way more treacherous than dealing with the black markets in the underworld.
Yes, we're past that point. What do you think will happen if he comes back and the book doesn't exist anymore?
We kill him.
And then what? What are we going to do to Lucanor?
We slip away. We slip away. We slip far away. Is what we do.
I don't know how, but he knew we went into the woods last night, and he knew where we were sleeping, and he knew we'd been in Terra Santa, and he was the one who passed through walls that Ban sensed. So he was in the labs with us while we were taking care of Ragnarok. It's... If Lucanor has this kind of agents who are able to know those things, we're not just going to slip away.
Yeah, but if we burn the book, then we have nothing of value. If we burn the book, then there's no reason to pursue us. Basically, if we have to make sure he knows we have no valuable information worth anything.
You can have nothing of value to people like this, and they'll still chase you.
Time out. You still have the locket on you, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I know.
Okay. Just making sure we're all aware that if somebody's overhearing this conversation, there is a lot happening.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm aware.
I think there's a compromise. Joel, give me the book.
No.
No, him. If there's the slightest chance that we're in any danger or Lostwood might get the book, I can burn it in a second, or even have Theron hide it somewhere, she can burn it.
I feel like the place where it is right now is the best hiding place we have.
Yeah. Either way.
We need to wait a way to burn it. Things go south.
That's fair.
Either way, the easiest way to do that is to kill his familiar, and she disappears forever with the book.
No. She would explode, and everything that she has in her pocket dimension would come bursting out.
All you need to do is... See, this is why you need to give it to me.
I have a feeling Gabriel just gives a mild look of discomfort beneath her mask.
Yeah, I look over to her and I say, "It's nothing personal." Before I hum and think for a moment.
As long as it's where it is,
I have an idea.
it's not detectable. It's not
149
traceable.
trap lore.
No, we have it.
149 trap lore.
For what?
I want to rig the book so that if anyone but us tries to open it and read it, it'll explode. Something will catch fire and set it to flame.
Well, now there would be you can keep rolling if you want, but the thing is, first of all, they have to agree to give you the book, and second of all, you're going to take a big penalty for improvised materials.
Do you want the book for, Janus?
I want to rig it. I want to rig it.
You needed to roll to add to because you did an open roll.
Oh.
So just
okay.
roll 1d100 plus 149.
Wait, so it's R/, right?
No, slash
A
R
/R, yeah.
space
Yeah.
1d100 plus 149. Wow. Okay.
Well, technically, if I'm being totally honest, you're not. The trap. The point of the trap is usually to do damage to a person, but yours is to do damage to a book. The only problem is, with this trap, it might be the trap might be detected. It only takes an 80 notice to detect it. I think so. I'm going to find that trap lore thing because I think it's a negative 80 for just pulling the materials out of your pocket doing it.
It's
this is all still saying
it's a minus 40 for improvised materials, or and then there's the amount of time spent. So if it's less than 1 minute, it's a minus 60. If it's over an hour of preparation, it's a plus 0. A day of preparation is plus 40.
Okay, I would totally let you decide how long you spent on it, but only if you have the book with you.
Okay. I'll spend. All right. Well, I need to go check. I need to go check with Sophie and give her information to give her more information to research. But I also want to buy her a favorite treat as a thank you gift for all this kind of thing first.
Okay.
And then I want to buy the materials to be able to make the trap, and then I want to spend the rest of the day making the trap on the book.
Alright. That seems fair to me. It seems like if we have the trap on the book, and we keep it hidden with Gabriel, then that seems safe enough.
Yeah. The idea is that only we would know how to disarm the trap. Everyone else would need to take time, and by then one of us would be able to swoop in to be able to either disarm them, or they wouldn't be able to figure out, and then the book would be destroyed before they could peruse it. Yeah. Before I do anything though, I write down on the note like with my plans for the trap, so I could show them without speaking it, so the locket could hear it, kind of thing.
Okay. Now, this is like, I hope I'm not being a huge jerk, but if you're gonna actually leave now and go get materials, I would like you to roll it. You can like take that time and you can have the materials, or you could keep that roll and not have the specially prepared materials.
Well, would it be more advantageous to reroll?
Actually, I'm thinking that as long as you rolled over a 32, you would technically do better getting all the materials and everything.
All right.
We've prepared materials especially for this. You would get a plus 40, and with a day of preparation, you would get another 40. So a total of plus 80.
Is that the new roll?
Yeah, that's the new roll.
Okay.
93 flat.
Alright, so you would get a plus 80 to that, so it would be
173.
73.
Yeah. My idea for the trap is that it set the book on fire, basically.
It's a level 50 trap.
Which, by the way, there's a little stipulation to this. Making traps is cool. What essentially happens is you have 140. You have level 50 trap. Oh
yeah,
wow.
Level 50 trap.
Mm-hmm.
100 and...
Yeah, I rolled the trap lore the first time because I wanted to see if I could think up the trap that I'd make for the book, kind of thing, more or less. Yeah.
That makes sense. In that case, you have 100, and the trap is a roll of 140 notice to discover the trap, and an attack of 140 when the trap goes off. So it'd be 140 to notice, and then the book would be hit with 140 attack, which would like burst it into flames. It would be very damaged. If you wanted to, you could tweak that to make the attack lower, but the DC to discover it higher. And since I'm just saying this because since it's a book, it probably doesn't need quite that much damage to burn it.
Yeah, and make sure the information is lost, basically.
Yes.
All right.
So, you might want to tweak that to make it a little bit harder to discover, but do a little bit less damage.
Yeah, I'll do that basically. So, what's the process for taking damage and putting it into the notice check? Because I want to make the notice like 200.
You say I want to increase the notice but decrease the damage, and they both go up and down 1 degree respectively. So it would go from a 140 to a 180 to detect it, but it would get an attack of 120 instead of 140.
Okay, so I'll give it an attack of 80, and so that the notice is 200.
Well, if you want, it can only be a notice of 180, or if you want to bump it up again, 240 to notice it. However, that would make the final attack ability 80, which would still probably do fine against a book, but it is a pretty sturdy book. It might not destroy it entirely.
Okay, make it a notice of 180 with the damage of 120. Wait, 100? 120?
120.
Yeah, 120.
So this is really confusing to go over just like right in the middle of it. But yes, that's a good idea.
Okay. That'd be just altering the attack or the damage. The damage equals the level of the trap. The difficulty is how high the attack roll is.
Yes, that is what I mean. This is the attack roll that we're altering. And the damage is inevitably going to be 50.
Mhm.
Fire.
That's 10 intensities then, which is
Whew, that's a
about
bonfire.
a big bonfire. So yeah, that book's going up. No matter what.
Gonna explode. That'll be great.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh
So,
yeah, what do I remember as being Sophie's favorite treats, kind of thing?
Sophie, you met her a long time ago, right?
Yeah, so yeah, a long while ago, but still.
Make a memorize check for me.
Do make a memory roll?
Yeah, memory roll.
Where the fuck is memory?
It's in
Memorize.
it's
There it is. Yeah.
There you go. And you got that as far as I remember. Oh yeah, I remember you made really good use of that. 112. Well, that's a lot better than I remember things.
Yep.
You remember one of her favorite things when you were hanging around her and Ophelia? They have this special, it's a very sweet wine that comes from the Varja that's shipped in semi-regularly.
Ooh.
It's probably just early season. If you got her some now, it might be a little bit tart, but it would mellow out over time and it'd still be a good gift.
Yeah. 50 damage. Sweet. All right. Anyways, so how much would that cost me?
That is some good wine. That'll cost you. Ooh.
I've heard this all the time listening to cute animal vids. Yeah.
It's suddenly happy.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the cost of the wine right now?
I'm gonna take it some really nice wine. Oh, only 3 silver pieces.
How much wine can I buy for a gold piece?
Oh, like a cask or 2 or 3. A lot of wine.
Well, can I get one in a cask and one in a bottle? Because
Yes.
I want to take the bottle.
Ah,
Alright.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. I'll take the bottle for myself for later.
Okay.
I spend a gold piece and I basically roll the cask along with me, so.
Okay.
Or can I carry the cask? How big is the cask?
The cask is about 100 pounds. So you might be able to carry it. But it would be heavy. And that is like the high stock that they had. That's like the
Say again?
most. That's like their highest stock of the wine. This is like of the best stuff they had. This is like one of the initial.
How big is the cask?
It is about 4 feet tall.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll that.
You're gonna roll it all the way to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feats of strength.
Feats of strength, or get help. But feats of strength.
Feats of strength. All right.
Aren't you like reasonably strong? No,
I'm a
you're
5
fine.
in strength. Yeah.
That's average.
That's very average, yeah.
Okay.
8.
Hey, you have feats of strength. Your feats of strength is a negative. Negative 30. So. Oof.
So
Alright.
so I rolled an 8.
Yes, you rolled an 8. Amazingly, you can roll this. It's very clumsy looking, and like there are people who have to shuffle out of your way because every once in a while
Well,
they
hang
lose
on.
control.
Well, no, hang on. If it's gonna be that hard, I'm just gonna pay a guy to deliver it, deliver it for me, and then I'm gonna stealth my way around the other side.
Yeah, literally, you can pay a guy to do that for 5 copper.
Yeah, I'll pay 5 copper to have the guy deliver it for me because fuck that. That's gonna be too much attention.
Okay, yes, they will deliver it to her man.
Yeah.
And now for the special materials. Oh, geez.
Stealth of 267. Open roll.
So some lady not even some lady. Somebody just gave me money, and I have to bring this cask to a manor inside, but I have no idea who it was.
Yeah.
All right, so that will definitely be delivered. You can ask her about that later. However, really quick, I do need you to get the materials for the.
Well, no,
track.
I need to deliver it to her, and then I need to ask her about the guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
from Lorcrin. Yeah, from
I'm sorry.
Lorcrin and Loserat or whatever.
Yeah, Loserat.
I'll arrive after the wine does, so I could. So if that's gonna take a while, I could pick up the materials first, then meet her, then go back. So.
It won't take too long. If you don't mind waiting like maybe 10 or 20 minutes beyond getting there, then you'll be fine.
All right, fine. I'll do that.
Okay.
And
You see, you can casually watch from a distance as he rolls up this thing of wine. Well, he has it on a small wagon, actually, which he's pulling by hand. Sets it in front of her house, and her butler comes out and seems a little bit surprised, but he nods and pays the man like a little tip. And between him and a few of his companions, they will bring it into the cellar.
Yeah. After that, I wait another minute or two, then I go in.
All right. And you make that stealth check to sneak inside, right? Or just to sneak to the door?
Yeah. Wait, what? Say again?
Was that stealth check to like get into the building, or just to get to the building?
To get in the. It'll be to get in the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You get into the building. Are you going to be stealthed once inside?
Nah, once I'm inside, I'll be fine. Yeah.
Well, you're inside. You're in her den as usual, and you're looking around. And her butler comes around the corner. Is like, "Oh, Miss Genus, I thought you were. I had a feeling you were in the wine we just got. Is that not? That's not you, I guess."
No, it's me. As a token of appreciation for all the work Sophie's doing for me, you might want to give it a bit of time to mellow out, though.
I haven't told her about it. If you want to be the one,
I very much appreciate if you would let me.
Oh, I will leave that to you. In that
Thank you.
case, I will hasten the poison testing we all must go through for everything that enters this house.
Very well. Yeah, I had it delivered because, well, I'm much more for speed than strength, but as you wish.
He bows his head. Shall I alert her that you're here?
If you would.
Okay. What were you saying, Kedrick? I heard you start talking. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to ask, Genus, do you ever look at the videos that I post on the channel, or not? Because since I'm game master, I accidentally clicked on a character sheet and saw the GM notes. I only read one name, but the rest might be visible on the video, so I can edit it out.
Oh.
No, I didn't. No, I tried once, but you don't edit it down, so it's the full hours, and I was there for it. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I don't want to, but it's like I was there for all the hours, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
No worries.
Yeah. You don't edit it down to the good bits.
Yeah, again, now that I'm not
Yeah.
doing it.
What did I leave on here? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah,
Actually, I think I'm not entirely certain. We'll talk about it off screen. I think she knows about that. I think we talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Jorl cheated and metagamed.
He now knows your entire history. No, I didn't have your entire history.
I just clicked on the character so that I could have like the character, the character's name while you were doing roleplay. I'm sorry.
Let me guess. You know who's after me?
Well, the only thing I read was a name, and I'm not gonna say it in case it's spoilers. So.
Well, yeah. Anyways, I have taken that, so now you can open her name whenever you want to.
Okay.
Just for ease of that. Though I wish we had a picture there too. For some reason. Anyways.
I haven't drawn a picture yet. Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I'm waiting for Sophie.
Yep. Sophie comes down after a while, and she says, "Oh my, you've been very, very busy."
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Yeah, I'm either dead without my companions, or I'm dead with them at this rate. I give an annoyed sigh. So.
Well, and possibly both. I have gotten news from the men sent to kill those campers in the woods.
How's the news? Did the lady with the violin survive? I was told there was a lady with a violin, and she used sound.
There was a woman beside a shattered violin. Unfortunately, one man did escape, but the others that remained, the very few that remained, have pity on them. They're the last of their original gang. Did what you requested.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who was on the ground in that scuffle was put out of their misery.
And only the one that flew away survived. Yes.
Only the one that managed to escape on one of those beasts.
I suppose it's a better outcome than what could have been hoped, considering what I've heard about the woman with the violin. So.
Yes. Speaking of that.
Hmm.
Now,
Shut up,
if it were
Jarl.
up to me, I wouldn't bother. But they have declared that there was some significant loot that they gained from the individual, and you promised that to them. As I remember.
Considering they're lucky to be alive, I suppose the poor bastards are entitled to it. I don't want any snags from minor things down the road.
Understood. All right. I'm sure they'll be happy to hear that. That will at least make it beneficial for the remaining 3.
Poor bastards, I say with a small shake of my head. Still, they did their job well. They're entitled to it for their for all the trouble.
He nods her head. Well, I will have to be a little bit more careful next time of these individuals. Actually, this is more of a fault of me, the GM, than her. But she says there was apparently one more of those men still within the town at the time of the assault. So that's actually 2 that escaped.
2 that escaped. Yeah. Well, I doubt the one that was in town would know much. But the only thing that's really disconcerting is the one that escaped on the bird.
That's true. The other one was detained for a very brief period of time, but they could find no other causes to hold him because. So he has left the premises, as far as I know, traveling northwest.
Interesting. I'll keep it in mind. He's probably going to back to report as well. I give a light shake of my head. Oh, by the way, as thanks for all the trouble, as thanks for all the effort you've been going towards me, you have a special gift in your wine cellar.
Oh, a gift?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of gift?
I tell her the name of the wine. I
Okay.
tell her the name of the wine and the amount.
A whole... You brought a barrel of it to me.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of alcoholic do you think I am? And she laughs. Not that I'm not incredibly thankful that you went out to grab that for me. I plan to get some soon, though I'll be stocked for the rest of the season now.
Call it a show of my overwhelming gratitude. I say with a small smile. Plus that, and I have another matter I need you to look into.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
She starts to scrub her eyes. What may I get for you today?
Yeah, I scribble down on the piece of paper. What it is, and I pass it over. It's mainly a piece of paper saying. It mainly tells him what Lacerot is after and who he's working for, as I say. A man named Lacerot from whatever the region is he came from, Lucretio, came here and contacted one of my comrades about wanting something. I say as I pass over the paper saying exactly what he wanted and what his words were.
Her eyelids flutter, and she's like, "Oh my, more of this."
Tell me about it. I told him, knowing what he's after, I told him it would be best just to get rid of it. But they think they can actually use it for some good. I say in a scoffing tone. But I'm taking steps to ensure that it won't fall out of our hands.
Well, let me thank you on behalf of humanity. But I'm afraid that I don't know anything off the top of my head about this individual. I will definitely spread my roots and see what I can find. Though
I didn't expect immediate information, honestly. I'm going to see if we can't hold off on giving him anything definite until we can until you can have a chance to work. So,
honestly, I think that, and I will look, of course, I'll look to my very best, the very best of my ability. However, this is getting into the realm that only Octavia understands.
I might have thought as much. Octavia was always better at these things than I.
She was the only one who dared tangle with supernatural creatures.
Yes, I do. She is quite the woman. I say wistfully, looking off. Ah well. Hopefully I can end the situation. Hopefully I can end my own troubles before returning to her. Either way, I'm going to take steps to ensure to try and play this right. So. But in the meantime, I need you. But in the meantime, take your time to do your best. Information is the most dangerous. Is the best weapon after all.
I agree. I will do my best. And is that all you needed for today?
Yes, to check in, to give my gift, and to ask yet another favor to add to the pile. I say as I stand up before giving a nod.
Don't worry. And don't worry at all. I'm just accruing favors from Octavia right now.
I figured as much. I said with a wry smile. But I thank you nonetheless. And I shall be taking my leave if there's nothing you need from me.
Nothing else.
All right. Thank you. I give a nod and I head out to collect the materials for the trap.
Okay. You're going out to collect materials for the trap. I want you to make a search or a streetwise roll again.
Let's hope I can do better this time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, that is a good bit better. You don't. You're still not like in deep of the town. You don't know like where to get everything. You still would need Sophia's help to find another black market or a deal.
So,
however, you do find a small lead on certain materials that you could use, specifically gunpowder.
Excellent. All right. So how much to buy the items and stuff, and be discreet?
1 second, if you would. Okay, sorry. Lunch being planned on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was unprofessional, but let me get you your price. It is going to be a little bit more on the costly side, because you do need some very,
Well, yeah, it's gunpowder. So.
Yeah, it's gunpowder, and there are some very fine metal bits that you will need made for this trap, which will take just like a short, it will take at least a day for him to go through all of them. Though he might be able to have them done by the end of the day, if you give him more money to get all of his apprentices on it.
Yeah. I want it done as fast as possible so I can take the rest of the day to work on the book.
All right. There we go.
Gunpowder 2 shots is 10 gold coins. And
it will take, if you want to speed it up, it will take about 50 gold pieces.
Jesus.
On the other hand, oil is just 5 coppers.
That is true, though it doesn't create such as much immediate destruction. Yeah, the book would be on fire, but it wouldn't explode.
I want immediate extra destruction, so I'll pay the 50, and I'll be left with 18.
Okay. You have all of the little materials you could ever want for putting together a discreet book bomb.
Yeah.
If it weren't for the fact that books were more expensive in general than the trap you've just made, book bombs would be really cool and unexpected.
Yeah.
But anyways, yep. Go ahead. You rerolled already. And you have 180 to notice, 120 to blow up. You now have.
Oh, I do what?
You make a very nice trap. You spend the rest of the day and into the next day. You will have to spend a little bit of the time, like either deep into the night to where you don't get sleep, or into the next day working on this stuff.
Yeah, I'll work through the night. So
Yeah. All right. In that case, anybody else have anything they wanted to do for the day?
The canes.
Yep, the canes. You want to go grab those?
And I was going to enchant the canes.
All right. Now here's the thing. You get the canes. They do look really stinking nice. They're heavy. They're heavy. They really suck as walking canes.
Yeah.
But they're heavy and they're made of gold, and that gold gives them even more presence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Okay.
Hmm?
Oh, I thought you were saying hey as you wanted my attention.
Oh, no, I was just saying okay.
Okay. So they count as nice walking sticks, so +5. Their presence, because of them being made of gold, is 90.
Okay, wait.
Wow.
Presence 90. I think we already calculated that everything was that like it was sufficient.
Like, we actually didn't calculate the golden walking sticks yet.
Oh.
I don't believe, because I specifically remember I hadn't given out the amount of presents they had.
Oh.
I hadn't told you you made them out of gold, and I was like, well, I'm giving no indication that those will be of any more use than regular walking sticks.
Got it. So that is 5. Yeah. Okay.
You get some very interesting looks as he hands over these 2 golden sticks.
Of course.
a nice big flag that says, "Hey, look at me! You can rob me. I have things to rob from. Go ahead, stab me in my kidney and stomach, and steal my things."
Yeah,
He will actually even say, so, are you picking this up, Joel?
No,
With Omen, or is it just Omen?
it's just Omen.
Oh, okay, just Omen. Okay.
Yeah.
He says, as you've requested, I haven't fortified them with wood or steel or anything. They are pure gold, and as they are pure gold, I can't say that one should put their full weight on the stick. On average, it should be sturdy, but there is a small chance of eventual wear and tear with a metal as soft as gold.
Oh yeah, did the weapons come in too?
You have to go to a special part for that, but you can take a break from the
Yeah.
the trap to sneak
Yeah.
by. Yep. They gave you that that assigned point. You just walk out, and you're walking towards the alley.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, this guy just sort of stops you just before you reach it and says, "Oh, hey, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I can't stay long, but here's the gift we discussed. Tell her it's from Adrian and tell her that I love her. And we'll see each other for dinner in a couple of days." And he just slides you this really nice gift-wrapped blue box.
Ah, thank you. I'll be sure to tell her. Tell her, and see you then. I say with a nod.
He smiles, he's beaming, he looks just honestly happy, and it actually occurs to you, you're not entirely sure if this is an agent or somebody they've duped. And he runs off.
I give a small hum and thought. How would I best check to make sure I'm not going to be, Oh, actually, I duck into the alley. Cloak of invisibility, go through the wall.
You are. It isn't It isn't a very It's an industrial area, so you sort of wind up in the back of this warehouse for a fishery.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately it stinks. However, you can find that back here you'll be in good cover at least until evening when they ship everything out onto another boat.
Okay.
So, plenty of time to look at this.
Yep. So, can I take a look and see if I'm okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
You peek. You have to take the wrapping away, and peek inside, and there you see. I believe it was two. Like they're sort of nestled into these individually made sockets. Beautiful blackened daggers that seem so perfectly weighted in your hand. The only thing you can compare them to is one of your daggers that you already have during certain times of the day, but these will be special all the time. And they are also much harder to detect. Like there's no light glinting off them. You can't signal anybody with these. They're very hard to see, especially in dark areas.
okay. And do I notice anything off about the weapons I just received?
Make a search check.
Yeah. I figures. Let's see. 105. Flat.
105. You look over them very carefully in the dim light, and you sort of feel the edge. Oh, very sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, these look like the materials you were promised.
Yeah, and nothing to track me, right? So
No, you don't even see any. They didn't even do any like engravings. There are no like fine words on it or anything.
yeah, nothing.
The closest you get is a slight swirl to the grip of the handle.
All right. I hide the daggers on my person, and I hide the daggers on my person. I hide the weapons on my person, and then like I ditch the box and I go on my way.
All right, that was a weird beat.
So I checked.
Sorry, that's me. Yeah.
Right.
What?
So I checked, and the fact that they're made out of gold and that their presence ends up at 90 is exactly the amount that I needed to enchant Omen's staff, and a little bit over what I needed for my staff. So we are good.
That's why I got them. So yeah.
Maybe you can increase their fortitude with that extra bit of stuff for Jorel, so he can actually walk on it.
I could, but I'd need to spend some some extra artifact points for that. So basically, no, it's just gonna be like fancy for doing magic. Okay. Omen. Oh, I had already given you the stats for your staff, right?
Give me the stats. I still have those.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just enchanted the staff that I gave you before the fight. My bad. What was it that I hadn't given you? The ring? Did I give you a ring that gives you +2 power? Hmm?
Say again.
Oh, did I give you a ring that gives you +2 power?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And did I give you Farron's staff?
Are you checking to see if you got Baron staff now?
Yeah, I said you gave me the stats for it. I don't know if
Okay.
it was the actual staff or not.
Okay, no, like it's if I did, it's good. Basically, Farron's staff has the same stats, but it doesn't. But it has like 2 powers less, so it didn't need to be high quality at all. Okay, then I'm just gonna add this to my character sheet. I'm sorry, Evilby, I like got confused as to which ones were available and which ones weren't. But
that's alright. I honestly, that I'm part of that. I didn't hear because Discord suddenly messed up on me. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is fun. I wasn't sure what you guys would get, and you guys decided to not only get nice stabs, but stabs that are made of gold. So,
oh my god!
Yeah, didn't I have 2 daggers and 2 swords that were both of good quality?
I thought they were short swords.
Yeah, short swords. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I got the short swords so we can do magic stuff with it, I guess. So.
Well, you already have the short swords of the 2 assassins too.
Yeah. That's true. Oh well.
So you have lots of nice little weapons for enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what the saddest part of this is? If you went to a Dark Sun shop, you could sell these and get a ton of money and then make even better enchantments, but you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thanks, Jorl.
You're very welcome.
So as I'm the shop with the 2 canes in hand, just like brazenly makes it about 10 steps, then thinks, "Wait, what am I doing?" And like thinks to hide them and make sure no one's looking.
Gee, you think that might be a good idea in a place like Dwanhof?
Yeah. Again, not the most observant, but she did grow up there, so I give them that fun. Anyway, back to the hotel after that, and hand off to Joel.
Alright.
Alright.
So I'm going to spend the day finishing those enchantments. And yeah, that's gonna be...
Okay. Now everybody get a heal of not rested, but Jorl, you still get your +5 back, so you're now at a -20.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, I already put it on my character sheet. When the sun rose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops, sorry, I'm typing a lot of stuff.
While Joel's working on those staffs, Owen will ask, how long do you think it would take Genus to put this trap on the book?
You're asking that.
Yeah. I'm asking Coda.
Wait, are you asking me?
I'm asking Joel.
I don't know much about traps, to be absolutely honest. Could take hours, a day. If I was doing it, I'd need a couple of artifacts and a few hours. But I assume I'd be doing it a very different way than the way Genus is doing it. Why do you ask? Are you worried?
Well, kind of, yeah. So it's just...
It is Genus.
I mean, you're right with leaving her with the book for that long?
No.
Come on.
I thought
Trust me.
I wouldn't believe I thought I didn't think she'd need the book itself to make the trap.
How am I gonna put up the trap on the book unless I have the book there?
She will need the book.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like she needs a book for that. Just saying, it seems weird that you...
We should keep an eye on her.
Right, but what's to say she doesn't just sneak out at some point when we take her eyes off her for a second?
You owe me money!
That's something weird. Anyway, like, it seems weird that you'd trust her with that.
I'm keeping an eye on her. Gabriel is keeping an eye on her.
I saved your life, and that's the best debt I could get from anyone. So I could stick around to collect.
Not here. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go for a walk. Any heads up when you finish those?
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'm almost done. Only needed to have the staffs to get them ready. Then, okay. Alright. Oh, this is awesome.
The power, do you feel the power?
I can feel the power now. Also... Okay.
Oh yeah, I also gave you guys the 2 short swords, and I said, my purchase is from the market. Don't feel you owe me, but you owe me. I say before I go back to working on the book.
Alright.
Thanks.
Hmm. Hey, Gerald can tell those are some really nice swords that you could use to play around with.
I don't know how to use the sword, but
He can make them even more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Finalize those enchantments.
Yep.
By about noon the next day, Genus, you sigh and slump back a little bit as you look at your work. You're gonna have to go over it with everyone exactly how to open this book.
Okay. Well, so
Or you could not. You could not.
I write down how it works to show to them so they can memorize it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
should we roll memorize then? Like, how complicated is it?
Basically, if they open, basically how it works is that if they open the book without deactivating the mechanism, then it'll set the gun. Then it'll set a spark that'll ignite the gunpowder, and it'll go up in a bang.
Now, thankfully, even if you don't have tremendous memorized, it is really good that you have Genus, the designer of the trap, and then two incredibly intelligent people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Clearly intelligent person with 0 memorize, which is
Zero
weird.
memorized, yes.
My character.
Well, you technically, because of your intelligence, memorize things easier than regular dumb people
Mm-hmm.
like me. So, you guys can all make memorize checks. I don't imagine you made the deactivating incredibly difficult.
No. Actually, the deactivating would be would be simple enough for the old for. It's child's play for me, but I made it easy enough for these two to do it. It's just the trick is is that it has the highest notice check, so not just anyone would be able to notice it. So
Yes, honestly, she has made this interesting device that sort of just slips behind the cover of the book, is almost invisible from the front. The only thing to really give it away would be if somebody specifically looked at it, and if you look at it with her pointing, you can just see a little metal bit sticking out from beneath the cover. That's as much as she gave.
Mhm.
So it's a simple mechanism, it's just really well hidden.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say aloud how it works, but I show you guys through paper because the device listening. Yeah. I'm just gonna say I found. Yeah, because they know it's they're gonna know it's trapped anyway, but it's they're not gonna know how or what exactly. So. But yeah, so I show them everything. So I show them on a piece of paper how it works, and once they have it memorized, I basically just tear it up, and I basically set it to fire by a candle. So
Very good. Now, everyone, I'm not actually going to make you do this, but before opening the Book of the Dead, please remember to say, "I turn off the explosion mechanism."
Okay.
mm-hmm.
If you don't, I'll make fun of it and say it explodes, but it really won't, so don't worry. You guys
Yeah.
are smart, way smarter than humans are, so.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
I have a horrible memory, so hopefully I remember to turn it off.
We'll make Gabriel remember then.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Slightly better, but not great.
Still not enough for a very easy check.
I give a soft sign and say, if you want to look at the book, just ask me or Omen to get it for you. I say before I put it back inside Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel is remembering very well. Gabriel is saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna be carrying a bomb around in my in my pocket dimension. I'm going to remember that it's there."
Mm-hmm.
It's just the size of a bonfire. Literally perfect to engulf a person, but made for a book.
Yeah.
By the way, I hope this isn't a bad thing. I don't. we're still going. We're gonna have fun, but I may need to go like half an hour early. So like in a half an hour or a little more from now. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
All right.
Lunch date.
Nice.
So you have everything set up. Jorl is feeling much better, not quite fully healed, but you now have all of your gear together. Are your artifacts complete, Jorl?
Yep.
Okay. You now have a bomb on the book. By the way, the book I figure it's true that the book has its own binding, like its own clasp, so that it doesn't just flop open whenever.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, just dropping the book could lead to an explosion and the loss of one of the guy's most precious artifacts. So, now that you have all of these new items in your hand, are you just handing out the staves, right? Genus doesn't get anything at the moment, Jorl?
I'm not gonna use a staff.
Gina's already got the armor of invisibility and passing through walls, so no, Gina's is not getting anything else.
That's okay. She has her armor, and you have your awesome staves, your awesome golden staffs of bling.
Mm-hmm.
And
Staffs of bling.
Staffs of bling. Yes. What is your intent from this point forward?
Oh, I gotta speak with... Well, I'm gonna take home the side to speak with her kind of thing, so...
Okay. Omen, you're talking to Jorl at one point, and you just sort of casually return to your room, and Gina's like, catches you in the hallway, like, hey!
I'm dead tired from working on that all night, and I need a drink. Buy me one. I say before motioning that we need to talk, kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah. I go down. Yeah, I go down and I start scribbling a bit, and I go down as the guy's getting us some drink, getting us a thing to drink. I start scribbling a bit, and I ask him like, what does this look like to you? I drew a bunny. I asked the bartender.
Art check, really quick.
Mm-hmm. Fucking art. I have a 0 in art.
Now remember,
I open roll on a 0!
Open roll!
I have absolutely nothing invested in art, but I get an open roll in art.
No, you technically get a -30 for having nothing invested, but keep going. 1d100 plus 99. Yeah, cute music.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kydrick.
Fucking hell!
Oh my god!
maybe I really should have been an artist in another life.
Oh my
Thank
god!
you, by the way, Kydrick. I know I struggle with music, but this has definitely added to the session.
I'm glad you like it.
So bartender, does this look like a bunny? I say as I show him.
You gotta roll again. 1d100 plus 193.
Yeah, because you open roll the second time. Don't worry, the range of open rolls diminishes by 1 every time, so it's 91 plus this time.
Oh, for fucking sake!
One more!
It's right now you need to roll 93 or more for it to still be an open roll.
Hang on.
So much typing.
Both is out.
Okay.
Finally! Thank fuck that.
You actually scraped down to 271, but you draw this bunny, like just quickly draw a bunny, and then like you take a look at it, and realize like there's a bunny staring at you from this page. You've accidentally mimicked perfectly a bunny from your imagination down to almost semi-realism, apart from the fact that it is just like an ink drawing in black and white, or black and yellow because the page is yellowed. Do you still show it to the bartender?
Yeah, I showed. I stared at it before looking at the bartender. Can you believe this shit? I've never drawn. I've done nothing to train in art. I say as I show it to him.
It looks like little shit.
No, ma'am. I honestly can't believe that. I have a feeling you're lying to me.
Whatever. Give me my fucking drinks. I say.
This never happens.
How do you think I feel? I'm trying to be an artist too.
No, I actually had a stitch as an artist when I was younger, and that happened to me Just once. I drew a man's face perfectly. I have no idea how I did it.
Nice.
Anyways, you got a bunny. I'm gonna say, and this is something that I am technically allowed to do, and I love doing specifically for things you'll never use again. Get a +5 special bonus to art forever.
Yay!
Ooh.
Since I rolled twice, three times on it, yeah.
Yeah.
So, 5 at the base, right?
Yep. Well, 5 in the special section. It's the second from the.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so he laughs and he gives you your drinks and he says, do you make art for sale or just for fun on the tables of inns?"
Just for fun, but I might seriously be reconsidering it when it's sitting ahead at this point. I say as I carefully roll up the bunny and put it away. I could probably sell that later. Yeah.
I would.
Yep.
And
all right.
he goes off about his business.
Yeah. So I come back up with Omen and I take out the bunny head, and show it to her while also taking out another piece of paper and I say, "Can you believe this fucking shit? I've never done anything art-wise before really." I say as I show her the really awesome bunny in ink.
It's a beautiful bunny, and like as she turns it, it's sort of mind warping because it's like, how can this almost photorealistic thing be thinning and expanding like this? It's crazy. I'm a magician, but this is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, maybe I should have been an artist in another life. I'm gonna try it again, I say as I roll it up. As I roll it up and put it away, and I start scratching out a note on the piece of paper, and as I say, "So, what's our plan? By the way, I want to meet with you again. Another time. I know of a special place." I say as I scratch out like basically a plan about like where we're meeting and like how the guy wants me to check in and all that stuff. So yeah.
Oh, you're telling Omen with your voice?
No.
That... Oh.
No, I'm writing it
the
down.
The music cut out perfectly.
Yeah, no. I'm talking. I'm doing. Yeah, we're talking about like our plans for. I'm talking about plans to like meet up another place because I found like a really good place in the city where we could hire.
And she's writing down the plan, but she's saying out loud, "We should meet at this place and do that."
Okay, I thought like she was doing some switch ups.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So.
Yeah.
What have you written down?
Yeah. Basically, like if they've heard me, they know. Basically, I tell her that if they are actually listening in through the locket, then like they probably know of all the exits and exits through the thing anyways. So, I want to tell Sophie to like ahead of time hire some men to watch all the exits, to like watch the area kind of thing, you know, all the escapes and exits kind of thing.
Of the outhouse?
Yeah, of the outhouse where we're going to be going, and then like. And then we're going to, like, our best bet is probably to charge through them and go through the front door, and for Omen to set the entire thing on fire, basically, and kill everyone inside, and, like, for Sophie to... And for me to secretly have Sophie set up guards all around the exits to, like, kill people that might be set up there, kind of thing, or to, like, kill anyone that tries to escape that's not me or Omen, so...
Understood. Now, you should know that that will cost you some money. But
of course.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, she at this rate, she might as well just keep the ring and everything that'll come with it, so...
Yeah, that's true. If you did let her keep that ring, it would be a good amount of money.
Yeah, I'll do that, and besides if they did... I also write down on the note that, like, I wasn't worried about letting them know that I plan to, like, talk this out with Sophie the first time, because... They probably already expect me to try some sneaky shit, so the idea is to keep them surprised and thinking that I still haven't told you because I want to try and double cross both of you or one of you or whatever kind of thing. So
okay,
yeah, and I'll go meet with Sophie later to set up the men, and I need you to be ready with some powerful spells to just set the place on fire and burn everything. So, and don't worry about me. I just want you to set everything on fire because I have a plan for that. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say so.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, I have that armor. So, but I don't say that out loud. I just write it down. So. The plan is for you to just burn everything to the ground. Sophie will have men posted outside, and I'll use my armor to escape getting horribly killed. Hopefully, unless they plan for that. And then we'll just we'll loot their bodies, and then we'll leave. And then and hopefully they haven't spread information about everything we've been talking about, so that way we can cut off that loose end. So.
That it all on. I mean.
That's all written on the paper.
Fire. Yeah.
Yeah. I told
First
Sophie.
half of that before, remembering. Oh shit! Yeah, write it down.
Yeah. I wrote everything down on the piece of paper for her to read, basically, because the plan is to basically it's a storehouse that Sophie won't consider a great loss, so you can just burn the entire thing to the ground, kind of thing. I'll use my cloak to go intangible to escape being horribly killed. Sophie will have men posted outside to get anyone that'll try to escape. So, and they pretty much already expect me to. I was pretty sure they already expected from the start that I'd tried some sneaky shit, so they'll probably try to double-cross me, because they know I'm going to try to double-cross them, but hopefully the element of surprise will be that they think I haven't told you yet, and I've written all this down, so. And I'll just need you to play pretend to, be unconscious or whatever, and then spring in an attack kind of thing, so. Play it out and kill everyone. Got it? Right. Okay. I make sure Omen's read all this and everything before I look at the paper and say, it figures. I can never get a bunny as good as I used to, kind of thing. Before I burn the piece of paper as well. Before I tear it up and burn it as well. All right, I need a rest. I say before I down my drink, my drink, and then I collapse in Omen's bed.
Omen.
Oh, on the floor, I guess.
Yeah.
At least you don't have to sleep in the wagon like Chef, and also like Idarid, who is now just in there with Chef all the time. Nobody to distract her.
Yeah. I just collapse on Omen's bed, and I'm gonna sleep and rest for most of the day since I was up all night.
Okay. All right.
Wait.
What?
I'm gonna start. So, oh shit. I'm gonna get something.
What?
We'll be back soon. Omen is going to leave and see if she can find a chef with.
The what? Say again?
I'm just going to leave and see if she can find some more stuff to disguise Chef with.
Oh, okay. You can make a streetwise or a search check.
I will make a search check to search which one's better.
Cool.
Search, definitely.
Also, just so that we're clear, I'm not in your plan to take care of Omen's things at all, right?
No, I haven't involved you because you're basically going to be piss weak, and this might actually kill you. So,
Alright.
Yeah, you're basically going to be left out, and the idea is to just kill everything without any subtlety, and without your second spirit, then it's going to be hard for you to survive, kind of thing. So,
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I just looked in your inventory to make sure you had everything. Ink drawing of a bunny. Yep.
Hey, you never know when anything could be useful to anything. So.
Yeah, it's true. Anyways, all right. So you go and let me check. Your checks are. Oh, that's not bad. Now I want you to make a disguise check.
That's the hard part.
You are trained in it.
Barely.
Actually, it is the exact same as your search.
Oh yeah, no, that's way better than I remember it being.
Yeah. Okay. Now, you go through and you find like a makeup shop. You parse through there for a little while. You're not entirely certain that makeup is what Chef needs, unless it's a whole lot of it.
It's what Chef wants.
It's what Chef wants? Okay, let me see. What does Chef want?
He needs eyeshadow to accentuate all the eyes.
Ooh, okay.
Wow, you got the crap shit.
You were looking around and you think that like maybe he'd like some makeup, maybe he'd like because he has a big metal face, but you know you could paint red lips on it, and but also any sort of metal accents might really work with making him more of a brute rather than a monster. If he closed all of the eyes on his arm and you like painted the entire thing a more like skin instead of raw flesh color, that would also be a huge bonus. You gather like a bunch of things you think would work. You think you could do a little bit of stitching even, or that if you got someone who could do a little bit of stitching, you could probably make some more fitting clothes that would make him harder to detect. And you have them all in your hands, and I'm going to give you a price for all of it, which will be a little bit expensive because makeup isn't exactly cheap. I think it's just going to be 5 gold to have everything you'd want.
Yep. Okay.
5 gold. I know that you have, or that you had a lot of money, but make sure 5 gold.
Still do. Yep.
Cool. For this specific disguise, you have a bunch of different things. Now, you can attempt to do the stitching yourself, or you can have somebody do it for you. And it's going to be some weird things because you you can't have them come measure him exactly. Or you could if you really wanted to try it out.
Seems like something Genus would be good at.
Genus? Alright, you go to Genus.
Yeah.
I'm lying on her bed face down and snoring.
That looks dangerous.
Not really. Not really. It's not really. I mean, like I lie on my belly all the time when sleeping. So.
Ah.
Yeah.
I have scoliosis and it hurts my back. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Genus. Poke with a needle.
I what?
Poke with a needle.
I try and slap her away. What do you want?
Need help with something.
It'll cost you.
Much.
What do you got?
And price.
What do you want me to do?
And price first.
Give me a gold piece. Yes?
I need your help to stitch up some sort of clothes for Chef.
Do I look like a seamstress? I say as I glance up and look over to him, and like,
I
what?
I already paid you.
Fine. What's the role for seamstress?
There is a tailoring skill that is not on the page, and it would be dexterity based. So you get a D100 minus 15. Now, if you want to, I would let you. If you wanted it to be not pretty at all, but functional, I would let you roll a sleight of hand check, just to get the things appropriately tied together with string.
Well, no, it's gotta look at least decent so it doesn't attract attention. That's the important thing.
It's true, but having like really bad stitching on your clothes is less spooky than having an arm covered in eyeballs.
Especially in Dwenhof, it's more common to have very bad clothing than eyeballs on your arm.
Fine, I'll do that then. Okay.
Alright,
So sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Okay. That I can do, even though I have a D10. Even though I have a 10 in dexterity, so I could probably make something decent anyway.
You could do a little foraging, too. Sleight of hand. Okay. She doesn't so much sew it together as she does, like, wrap the twine around, like, between them a ton of times, just, like, putting as many holes in the fabric as she can until it looks sort of like the arm of a scarecrow. And she has to tie it off several times because it keeps slipping through the fabric because she has no idea how to tailor. Yeah. But it's there, and it will cover up his arm.
They should make it look like they have some sort of deformity that they're hiding, which they sort of do. If I can guess who you want me to make this for, I grunt out. So, before I hand it over, people with the crippled, the deformed, and the impoverished are always best overlooked by most people. So this should help them blend in. I say before I fall back to the bed to go back to sleep.
As a side note, I figure that Omen would have taken a little measurement of Chef.
I mean, like if she's just doing it there, then yeah, I would have
run over and taken a look and
make sure at least somewhat.
All right. Now,
I'd think about how big Chef is and make it a. Because you don't want it fitting. You want it a little baggy and loose kind of thing, so it doesn't give you a clear idea of the shape. Just the idea that they're hiding a deformity kind of thing. So.
Nope. That disguise check I gave you before was for me to see if you had any ideas for how to disguise him and what materials would work for him. And I didn't actually know you had such good disguise, so that's great. I'm going to let you roll. You can use that, but I will let you roll another one if you like.
Would I need to take the new one or best?
If you rolled the new one, you would need to take the new one.
I'll stick with
would
this.
Would he get any?
107.
Well, would he get any bonuses to the disguise?
You will get a bonus for the appropriate materials if there is such a bonus.
I might switch in that case.
I believe there's some for specific materials.
Well, Gina's just told them how she made it and why kind of thing to help better a disguise.
Yeah.
So.
Appropriate materials would be a plus 20.
Yeah, good.
And how long are you spending on him? You can spend less than 1 minute, over 1 hour, or several hours for a negative 20, plus 40, respectively.
I'm just going to work an hour on it.
An hour, 1 minute.
Oh,
an hour, 1 minute? Okay. So you, with the appropriate... You're going to be at a plus 40 for this disguise cycle.
Yeah. I'll do that.
But yeah. In terms of being sneaky, Genus is the best to go to.
H. Still.
There's a plus 20 to that.
No, that's with both the plus 20s.
Yes, that's actually worse with all of the preparations. You look at it and you haven't really done your best job. The lipstick you drew on his face is just not rocking it, so you have to smudge that off of the metal lips.
Ask Genus to give it a try.
You can do that if you want. However, the arm, the sleeve does fit around his arm. You actually think for a moment that maybe if he walked outside right now, people would just think he was this weird giant and be afraid of him for that, rather than being afraid of his unusual arm. Because right now his arm is covered, and his body is covered by the poncho. He just looks like a dude wearing some really banged up armor.
Yeah. Well, let me ask Genus to try it.
And she did just go back to bed, but I think she might enjoy this. So, all right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go back up to her and poke in the face with the lipstick.
Draw a smiley face.
I swear to God, Omen. I say as I look to see what it is before I look at her. What do you want? I say before whipping my face off. What now?
Need a little bit more of your help.
Fine. What is it this? Let me guess. You can't disguise Chef better. Let me get up. Let me get to it. I say as I get up and I go out to disguise him.
All right, you go downstairs and you are presented to Chef curled up in the wagon. You now see he is wearing your sleeve. His metal-like hand is visible. It looks weird, but not something out of the ordinary. You can see the remains of smudged lipstick on his face, and you can see a bit of where she tried to make up his wrist and arms so that it wasn't a red fleshy color, but a more human color. You can still see veins and muscles sort of rippling inside that aren't natural, but it does look better. Just not, anyone who scrutinized him for more than a few minutes might realize something was really weird.
I considered drawing little flames on the helmet to just maybe draw attention, Think that would work?
No. The whole point of blending is to either make sure no one looks at him or to get no attention at all. Jesus. Okay, so what do I got to work with besides the bag?
Stick.
What?
Lipstick.
What?
Stick.
The stick?
Lipstick.
Lipstick? God.
Testing. Hello.
All
We
right.
can hear you, Stan. Sorry.
I need a better headset.
I give a small grunt before I think a moment. Look, do we got anything for a cloak? Like
He's wearing a
hooded cloak?
poncho.
A poncho? Jesus Christ. Can I
And
stay?
a chef's hat.
That's
Right.
non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
What else can I use to help hide? Is there anything else I can use to help hide this? All the weird shit.
Well, you could try some more like rough stitching if you want. Like, I mean, the only
I'll
thing
try-
immediately nearby is like blanket sheets and stuff from your room, which aren't technically yours. They belong to the inn.
I give a soft sigh. I give a soft sigh, and I give the man a gold piece, and I say, "Don't ask questions before I go up and I get some bedding." So,
Okay.
and I'll do some more.
They also-
I'll do some more sleight of hand work flat roll. So, 88. Yeah.
All right. And are you gonna try a disguise check as well?
Yeah, and I'll do a disguise roll and take an hour on it. So,
You were at a plus 20 for this one.
in the modifiers, is that a plus 20 or is it? Yeah.
Yeah, over an hour is plus 20.
Yeah, in the modifier section, right? For the input value? Okay.
Yep. Well, don't put plus 20, just put a flat, just put 20 with no plus.
Yeah,
or
I did
minus
just
sign.
put. Yeah, I just did put 20. So 101 and 88. So.
You both rolled pretty bad.
Hey, my excuse is I stayed up all night.
Yep. However, yours is slightly better. I think that all you really did is like, you tried to like put something on his head to sort of cover it, but you figured out like his head is really big. It just looks weird with the chef hat on, so you gave him like a collar now that kind of hides the skin and immediately underneath his head, which makes it a little bit harder to detect. You know, that was one thing somebody could detect pretty quickly.
All right.
Good as new.
Sure, why not? I grunt before I go back inside to fall asleep.
Wait.
What?
I give her another gold piece.
Thank you. I say as I pocket it and I go back inside.
Or
Wait.
What?
Never
What?
mind, I'll tell you later.
Fine. I said before thinking, and I said, I gotta go see Sophie anyway, so... maybe I could get some sleep at her place. I mumble before I go off.
all right, are you gonna go talk to Sophie about the plan with the outhouse?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna tell her. I'm just gonna go ask her if I could spend the night and pass her a note to tell her the plan and stuff. So.
Okay. In that case, we will. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, Kedrick?
Nope.
Okay. In that case, we will draw this episode to a close here with the preparation of now that Genus's main enemy has been kicked for a while, setting a trap for the people hunting Omen.
All right.
I'm a busy thief.
Very busy thief. All the plans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Well, see you all next time.
I'll see you all next time.
Hi everyone, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to keep up with all of the adventures on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so you can get a notification each time we upload the next episode of this story. And it would be very nice of you to like and share the video to help this channel grow. Have a nice day everyone.